Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video we are gonna see, what if Naruto becomes the Freezing Shinobi and got Harem? Part 3. If you want more awesome fan fiction like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. Naruto woke as he grabs his neck in fear. Shy Naruto squeaks out as his voice box was in pain. It felt new, so already using it like normal hurts a lot. Well, let it be a lesson to you on taking one for the team. Naruto looks to see Seeker using its tablet arm out, showing Nero and Emma, I couldn't let Sadalizer get hurt. She's a Pandora, she has the best combat abilities as well. They would heal her. You have wait a minute. He covers Emma's ears as she tried to pull his hand off. Funk up. You royal funk the hell up so much we have to get a pair of hookers to funk it up more. Naruto eyes widen, knowing his friend only curse for bad situations. What all I did was Locio crap. Yeah, idiot. Your blood. Thankfully, I was able to switch 95% of it away from the medical records. When they try to get anything on you, it will only say that your genetics gain some incredible healing rates. Besides that, I made sure to check for work from being tracked. The hacker spoke as Emma looks at Naruto with worried look. Hey, are you okay? I know that you have accelerated healing, but still, she started, but Naruto smiles at her. I'm fine, but it seems that healing the more tender wounds kind of need time to heal naturally. So Nero, what else are you here for? Naruto asked as his friend snaps his fingers in remembrance. Right. Well, I have located the main computer for us to hack. With this we can get all the information this school has. The geek said as Naruto nods. We'll do it tonight. That's fine, I can sneak me and Seeker in without detection. Alright Nero, can you hack into the school again and make it that I was check out? Naruto said as his friend smiles. Already done. It might be a good idea to leave now, before someone else wants to run some more tests. See ya tonight. Nero said lastly as Seeker turned off the connection between the two friends as Naruto opens the window in his room and leap into a tree as he was in 5th floor. The boy quickly climbs down as fast as lightning before dashing away from the hospital in amazing speeds. He went into the forest in case if anyone noticed him leaving. He bumps into someone that once again he didn't expect. Itachi. And she fell in a rather scandalous pose with her rear up way up and her skirt was covering the opposite of what it's supposed to hide as Naruto saw her plump sexy undies. Oh. You panties are in view. Naruto could only state as Itachi stood up and patted herself to fix her attire, all with a blush. She looks back to Naruto with worried look, are you fine to leave the hospital? The limiter nods as he shrugged, technically I have the same, or possibly more powerful, healing factor you Pandoras possess. I can heal quickly before I even had my powers. Naruto bits his tongue as he forgot about he was never originally in this dimension. Well, enough to heal cuts and bruises. Itachi nods as she smiles, happy her friend as well. Before we try to do some training, I need to know what kind of volt weapon you have. Just a precaution, in case you ever go rouge on us. Fair enough. Naruto chirps as he at least here they give him a chance knowing what he has. But I have more than one weapon. What do you mean? All Pandora are registered to have one weapon. The vice president of the student council spoke in a professional tone. Yeah, all Pandora. But I'm all natural. I guess since my body is different from all of you guys, I have some unrestricted powers. Here, Yamato and Fangs. Naruto calls and in his right hand was the glowing katana Yamato and 3 of his trusty kunai fangs between his fingers. Amazing, I never have seen anyone use multiple volt weapons. I guess being an oddity has good merits, huh? She sweetly said as Naruto tilted his bead, smiling at her. You have a beautiful smile, Itachi-chan. Beep. Well anyway, let's see what you have besides these. She spoke after getting the compliment from the Nova blessed boy. She got a sketch pad and started to draw the first 2 weapons. Actually, is there anything special about these current volt weapons? Naruto dismisses the fangs as he held Yamato glowing brighter. I don't know why, but when I focus on my sword and my goal it shines brighter, and not only its durability goes up, but also its ability to cut increases almost skyrockets. Itachi already made rough sketch of his sword with note saying brighter means more powerful and possibly reflects on emotion. So the knives. Naruto brings out his knives and pulls some out from his school jacket. Since I'm unregistered, I can make as many knives to protect myself without raising alarms. Also, like Miyabi, I can control them not by your ways, but with my brainwaves. Watch, he throws in the air as it hovers around his body like a moon revolving around a planet. Though 3 are my maximum amount, any more then go slow and sloppy. But I think with enough mental training I can use more. Itachi nods before glaring at the boy, from now on I expect that you don't carry any concealed fangs. Naruto chuckles as he scratches the back of his neck nervously. Right, sorry. Anyway, the next is the vanguard. Naruto summons out a large tower shield almost a foot taller than him and wide as him. He held in his right hand a longsword. This is my offensive and defensive style of fighting. Wow, they look pretty heavy. Are you able to move in that? Taisi said as Naruto smirks, making his volt weapon started to get smaller. I can change the weight to adjust moving, so I won't lose much stamina. Also I can reverse that concept too and make them denser and stronger. He informed as he drops the shield and dismissed the longsword. He closes his eyes as the shield started to sink into the ground bit by bit. How much can you lift? Taisi asked as Naruto summons back his shield and adjusts the weight to his standard form. Here maybe you can tell. He throws her the shield of protection to his pair of weapons. I'm Kaya. She gasps as she was trapped under it. She didn't know that this shield would be that heavy, it was like 3 of her volt weapons on top of her. She grunts, pushing it off as she gasps at the strenuous ordeal. Whoops, sorry for that. Didn't think that I was lifting something that heavy. He said and helped his friend up. Alright, next is Judgment. Naruto summons out his bow staff weapon, this one is one of my tramp cards. He made one of the seals from his old dimensions, as the staff became thinner and longer before doing it again, but this time it was more thick and shorter. This weapon is tough enough to not be scratched by diamonds, and also I can easily shift its weight and length for different purposes. Naruto fondly held the weapon as he dismissed it. Sarutobi was his biggest inspiration to train with this weapon. So any others? Yeah, Kyushin. Naruto crosses his arms in an X formation as his gauntlets and boots. I have been using various types of martial arts and my style to use this efficiently. And to go with this is Twin Dragons. He summoned a standard version of bladed tonfas as he moved around throwing kicks and jabs. Also he spins on his back like a break dancer. Icy watches he moves elegantly in movement of dangerous lashes and kicks. He stood up showing his Kyushin has now claws and talons, shocking her. I can also make Kyushin adapt to my enemies. With breakdancer I have a good style of a spinning shield. Wow, so all of those weapons are your volt weapons? Taisi asked after getting them all in her sketchbook. Yeah, actually some of these were a bit different, like Judgment was actually a spear. Naruto said as Taisi tilted her head in confusion as Naruto went to deepen his explanation. Well, these weapons are the ones I have now. If I could I can possibly create more, but I don't since it was hard enough to train myself from just these. And to go back with the spear, I can modify on what weapon I want. So I ditched the spear tip and made it more durable, along with the ability to make it adapt to my liking. So you have complete control over your weapons and even completely change them to a different weapon and keep that way. Also you may have more weapons to create from just those. I have to say that you are differently from any other Pandora I ever seen. Taisi smiles as she places her hands on her hips. Oh alright. I can tell that you want to learn high-end skills, right? Yeah. Taisi's smile seemed to get dark and sadistic as she walked to him. Get ready. Later. Naruto was sweating as he felt here and a million miles. Jesus, that what it takes to use high-end skills. Funk. Actually we just scratched the surface. You barely went over a single acceleration turn, maybe it's just that we got the class and the safety nets to help us. The third year Pandora said as Naruto fell on his back moaning out like a child who was told to eat his vegetables to get his favorite dessert. Damn it. Nero, we need to hack now. Nero? Taisi spoke as Naruto eyes would enfink. Okay, have a friend who's going to hack the system to get me some data on high-end skills. Naruto spoke truthfully at his friend. Dusted information right is needed, nothing else. Taisi asked as she seems conflicted on what to do. Naruto nods as he explained that he only needs that and nothing more. If I get the more detailed explanation and maybe pictures to have better understanding of it. Taisi looks at him before giving him a key card. This leads to the main security cameras and to the main computer. Please, she grips his hands tightly, not enough to hurt him or scare, but to show her trust. Don't make my choice a bad one. Taisi Naruto smiles as he grips the card with pride. Don't worry. I had snuck in the holds without anyone finding out. I can seek me and Nero in there. However, 2 loud stomach growls broke the tension as Naruto chuckles. I guess it's time for breakfast. So you want to but the cafeteria? I would, but at this time I go back to the student council because we get flooded with a lot of paperwork, especially around this time of year. Naruto's ally spoke as they walk out the forest to head back to the school. Oh? How come? A small party that West Genetics throws every year, but this time, we're also throwing not only the Pandora Queen competition, but also a King of Limiter competition as well. Taisi told her male friend. What is it, some kind of beauty competition for both genders? Yes, we have to watch the budget, sometimes we tend to go overboard. Still it's fun, and this year, I and Chiffon will finally take part. Taisi giggles knowing that due to their overload of work prevented it, but with their schedule, they will finally have fun. You better save me a dance when it happens. Sure. See ya, for council work. Naruto waves as Taisi spoke. Hey, not today. Come to my room, I have a surprise for you. Naruto looks back as gave thumbs up, sure. He moves to cafeteria as the boy some frightened or astonished looks. He deduced that word got around that he fought against the 3 Pandoras. Naruto grabs his scheduled meal which was meat and vegetables, so he grabs some steaks and grilled vegetables. He sat down as the boy quickly ate the food, healing injuries needs extra calories to spend. Naruto spotted Aoi and Keiho with Arthur trailing behind, "Hey guys." He waved at them which they smiled and sat at his table. "Hey Naruto, are you sure that you can leave the medical care so soon?" Keiho said as she tries to touch his bandages. Naruto nods after drinking some of the soda he bought at the vending machines. "It's fine, and I fought a mafia army when I was a kid. Taking a slash to the neck wasn't that big of a deal." Before his friends can say any more concerns. Vizaya. Naruto ducks as a girl came from behind him and hugged Naruto. He saw tan girl with blue hair with single braid. She was hugging an awkwardly smiling Kazuya. "Hello. Who is this?" Naruto whispers to Keiho who chuckles as awkwardly as her male friend sitting from her. This girl is actually a transfer student from Tidbit, Ronalinchan. She being harassed by some thugs until Kazuya came and kicks their asses. Arthur spoke with some pride in his tone for his friend. The girl looks at Naruto with odd expression. "How odd he can't feel your kunlun. Still I can tell you're a nice man." "I'm Ronalinchan." She gave her hand to Naruto across the table. "Same here." Naruto shakes her hands as her eyes widen. Her knees gave way as Kazuya grabbed her. "Tile Professor Madara," she said in between breathes as Naruto eyes widen. She seemed to regain her balance and was feeling better as she looks at Naruto with that happy grin. "Naruto don't know, may you help find the student council room? I need to ask for some of my things that didn't come." Naruto nods knowing this may be something else as he walks with her out of the cafeteria. "Sure." As soon they left Naruto stopped as did his new friend who suddenly got on her knees and put her forehead on the floor as if praying to her greatest god. "Oh child of prophecy, I am grateful to meet you Sir Uzumaki." "You know," Naruto shouted as the girl stood up and shook her head. "I saw your life. A demon slumbering in your soul, a false god with many bodies to follow different paths, a man with an ability to summon god like our mortal now. You are the Sun Kunlun," she said bowing to him as she shed tears of happiness. Hey. Listen, I'm not some goddess son or whatever your religion is. I'm just a regular guy now," Naruto said as he hoped no one were around to see this. "Hi, Naruto Dono. I beg for your forgiveness. Please if you need anything from me, it would be a great honor." Rana took his hands with sweet caring smile. Naruto chuckles reminded him of his old life. Except for the odd religion, but the kindness and blunt attitude made him chuckle. He nods at her. "Fine, if you need me I expect that you will find to help you. Until then be kind to others Rana-chan, adios." He flicks his fingers in lazy manner as he went to find his sister before class started. He walks until he saw Stabilizer. "Hey." He ran up to her in which the girl turns to see him. "Naruto." She raised her voice seeing the injury limiter walking to her. She rushed looking at him and sighed, "They help you?" "Huh? Oh yeah, the neck thing, look, are you fine?" he asked as the older girl nods. "Great, I was worried about you." Stabilizer can only smile at her limiters can Nesbit she returned to her stoic mood. "Listen, I didn't know that those girls were there. I apologize." Smack. The girl momentarily saw stars as she recovered from the chop to the head from Naruto. "Why did? Never take blame for others, Akshanti were the ones who attacked me, not you. So we are just fine. I probably on the other hand might prank them later on, but that's another story altogether." He spoke with wisdom as in the end of his sentence he had a big grin. "Okay." The girl just shakes as if from struggling not to laugh. "Yes, we're fine. So Naruto, will you come to my room tonight?" Sorry, an old friend needs me for some advice on quantum theories and other stuff." Naruto lied to his friend not knowing her if she was loyal to the government. The girl seems to oddly have combined disappointment with relief at the same time, like a dog who ate food out the plate and trying to use its puppy eyes. "Alright, well I'll see you next time, please be careful." Naruto smiles as he went back to look for his sister and went to the senior pool. He finally found Arnett and blushes as he covered his eyes. Elizabeth put some clothes on. The girls gasp at his arrival as Elizabeth giggles at his blushing innocent face. "Seriously? Do you know what a naked girl does for a guy my age?" Arnett ran toward him in her light blue bikini and held him in a tender lovingly hold. "Oh thank God you're alright." Naruto smiles sweetly at her as the boy hugged his sister back. "Hey, sorry for worrying you sis. So what you hiss with the naked Elizabeth?" "Nothing, I like swimming without anything to wear, it feels more liberating and nice," she said thankfully now wearing a towel around her body, though lifted a bit to tease him giggling at his steaming face. "Hey, but not my place to judge. I've seen wider with my friends. So I came to give my sorries to all," he explained as Arnett broke the hug and looked at him with serious expression. "Naruto, don't go near Stabilizer. She's trouble, because of her you got attacked by her enemies. If you need to have a partner then I'll be your Pandora." She raised her voice, ignoring the shocked faces of her friends as Naruto shook his head. I can't do that. Sorry, but Sadalizer isn't some monster ornament to be avoided. Besides, I handle those three pretty well by myself. I can be fine, sis, just take care of yourself. He said and kissed her cheek in good nature as he left. Zero placed a hand on her roommate's shoulder. Don't worry, by tonight she won't be a problem. Later at night. The shadowy figure danced around the corridors like an unnoticed wind as Chevalier Pandora was standing in front of the main computer as she turned to her friend standing beside her. So you know that cute blonde in Kim's class? Oh yeah, sexy little kid ain't he? Her fellow Pandora spoke with a smirk. Yeah, how much you wanna beat that Shotokan Yumi would have a secret relationship with him. The girl spoke with a perverted giggle. I say about this school year. The two fell to the floor face first, or would have until a white-haired teen wearing a disturbing odd mask caught them. See, come on. He spoke as the boy moved quickly as also just as quietly. The machine follows the boy as he opens the doors. Kaneki, are you fine? It's fine to call me by my name, Nero. This room doesn't have audio frequency. With the mask and Seeker's audio system, we don't have to worry about people reading lips. The boy said as he scratches his wig. Dude, this thing's is killing me. Can you get the stuff now before I turn to the monk hairstyle? Alright, Naruto. Don't worry, since I don't have to worry about covering my tracks, I can find things a lot more faster. The machine with Nero said as it used a thin wire to connect to the UBS drive. Let's see. Just high-end skills and the tissue of Novas. Remember Nero? Naruto reminded his friend before Seeker nods dumbly before started to jump as if it was panicking. Hey, what's wrong little buddy? It can't be fragment in this time and age. Nero whispers as he moves Seeker to look at Naruto. Mind explaining? Naruto asked politely as Nero made sound confirmation. Naruto, we found an AI or a fragment of it. Usual when an AI is made, it is usual cut down or rather separated into fragments to keep it from going into the stages of its life cycle. I won't go over them, but at the end of an AI's life, so to speak, it has many personalities piling on itself. But due to an incident a few years ago, it was stopped because fragments would just start to rebel until they joined together again. But it was long since banned from the cruelty which made the governments use VIS instead. Nero explains as back at his home his sister held her toy saddens by this conversation. Why is that? Naruto asked as his friend sighed. AIs are built on a person. It was just like torturing a real person, but still I'm taking this. Nero said as Seeker pulled out another wire to enter to the UB slot. But why? Because, if I can take it then use, we don't need to come back here and hack again. The data will be able to intercept in my computer instantly without any tracing. Along with the fact that we have this, maybe we can upload the AI into my Seeker, it would be way better. Nero explains as Naruto thought to himself. I promised Taisi that we would only take the tissue and high-end skull. Sorry about this. Naruto nods as he pats Seeker's head. Do it, but how long will it take? Moving an AI is tough, but it seems it was hidden even from the headmistress. So I need 10 minutes max. Nero said as the robot looks at Naruto with a curious expression. Odd. What now? Naruto asked as he saw that 7 minutes passed already. It seems the training area for sparring matches lights are on. Seek, can you do a small beepasis on who's there? The creator asks his creation before Seeker jumps up and down again, this time out of excitement. We found 5 girls, 4 of which are fighting. Nero, can you finish this? Naruto asks as he hopes it isn't Sadalizer fighting again. Already did. I'll move Seek back to your room. You better not get into the hospital again. The boy joked as the robot turns on its stealth mode on as it went back to its nice comfy spot at Naruto's bed. Naruto smiles as he went to the location of the sparring room. He dashes quickly and silently as always as he went up to ventilation ducts. Come on, he spoke as the ninja crawled fast as he heard yelling and metal clashing against metal. He sees a vent to the bottom and saw his sister and Zero fighting against Rana and Sadalizer. They all summon their own respective volt weapons ready to kill each other. He kicks down the metal plate holding him back as he fell between them with his arms across. No. Arnett yells as she slashes her brother's back and Zero punching the back of his head. Both were shocked knowing that they couldn't stop their momentum attacking their original targets. Oh god, Naruto. Naruto felt his back spilling loads of his blood on the floor as he felt that punch to the head, gave a back concussion. Arnett. Don't worry, I'll get you back. Arnett stopped talking as her brother rose up despite the blood off his back and fast losing sense of consciousness. He looks at his sister with sad look. Stop harming your underclassmen. Do you think that the Nova are going to care who's the leader? No. You're deliberating their abilities. We need to stay together, work together. Or else we won't live to see tomorrow. He fell as Arnett caught him. Please stop fighting each other. Arnett nods crying as she closes her eyes. I'm sorry. I promise, please just stay awake. Naruto's face became peaceful as he closes his eyes. Sleep sounds go now. The next day. Naruto's eyes widen as he sat up. Arg, what happened? You really have to stop coming here. Naruto turns to see Seeker as it showed Nero and Emma again. Well, at least thanks to the AI I was able to get the information that the doctors took and gave them a fake one. So we're fine now. You on the other hand was really bad. A cracked skull, severe blood loss, and apparently muscle exhaustion. Wow, new record. The blonde jokingly said as fell back to his bed. So what's happened from last night? Well, after I got the AI it seems you stop a bad fight between seniors and juniors. So after getting damage your sister ran towards here and after some blood transfer that they deem you fine. The machine uses its wires to pat Naruto's head as if to reassure him. Cool, oh someone's coming. Naruto announced as the machine vanished. I'll work on the AI so see ya man. When the door opened can see a small simmer as it left. The one who opened the door was a slightly bandaged Arnett who came with sad smile. Hey, are you feeling better? Arnett, we need to talk. Naruto spoke seriously as she winces at the stoic tone as she sat near him. Why Satellaizer? We need to make sure that no one would go through what I and my friends went through. Arnett said and explained the situation of the seniors when she was a freshman. But you became them, undermining the young generation and thinking that your rule was absolute. Naruto suddenly hugs his sister as he spoke once more. You should grow and help the younger students, not weaken them. I know, but I was more concerned with Satellaizer. However, I'll let it go as long if you come to me if she tries something. Arnett said as she separate from her brother's hug and place her forehead on his. She felt heat to her cheeks as she gazed at his icy blue eyes. Wee am I blushing? She thought as she felt the need to kiss her brother. His red lips as she leaned in closer. I think I'm falling for. Wham. Arnett stood up with a massive blush as the other girls who fought came as she left. She heard them worrying about her brother. She touches her lips. Was I really going to kiss him? Naruto running through the forest making quick turns and going at speeds he never went through without his chakra mode before. Taisi was sitting on branch on a tree with an old style timer, smiling at the boy's progress. He's up to double axle turn with no intervals. Naruto continues as he put more power to his step as he quickly turns to avoid any trees hitting him. He smiles as he thought shit. Naruto yelled as he crashed into a tree. Naruto-kun. Are you okay? Taisi said jumping from her spot to see Naruto holding his shield which protected him from crashing. The boy shakes like a leaf as he paled. That was a lot closer than I would have liked. He lay back as the shield shatters into dust. Well, how'd I do? You went to triple axle with a few lags for a few seconds. I have to admit that my idea to use these trees to get better reflexes was a good one. Taisi said as she grabbed some ointment for Naruto's legs which had overuse muscles. Though technically he did just ran for literary for hours mastering the acceleration turns and almost getting to know the beginning steps of Tempest turn. I'm surprised that you respond to my methods. Naruto grins at her as he stood up like a strong tower. Hey, it's because I have one hell of a teacher. You save my ass from not ratting me out and to make you even more wonderful, you offer me the opportunity to learn high-end skills. Icy blushes as she looks away from his kind grin and gaze. Well, I think that one day you will be a great Aliso. It seems that you're all healed up from last week, huh? The girl spoke with happy tone as Naruto nods. Yup, this body is more durable than you think. Naruto said. The girl suddenly blushed. Hinata blushed when he said that to her. Befferman with my unlimited stamina is also a great thing. I can just keep going and going and going. PSST. Icy nose spurted out blood as she fell over with extremely red face. Naruto pales as he went to her and chuckled seeing her goofy smile. Heh, just like Hinata. Naruto went to grab a basket of food he made for their training sessions. He places out a soft blanket as he pull out some food. He saw Taisi woke up and pouted at him. Not cool. Sorry for that, I said the same thing to another friend of mine and she also turns red, then all of a sudden fainted. Weird, huh? The male Pandora spoke as he grabbed a ham and cheese sandwich, biting it as he passed another sandwich to his friend who took it gratefully. Icy smiles happily as she ate her meal. It was wrong to enjoy his presence like this when she already had a limiter. She looks at Naruto as he looks at the sky with a smile. You know, I'm glad to have come here instead of going by myself. Yeah, it's weird. We've been friends for barely 2 weeks yet I feel that our friendship was made years ago. She smiles as Taisi finished her food before looking meek and docile with a cute blush to make the shy girl aura complete. Sodded yaoi mean that is to say, well, do you have a dad? Ring. Naruto and Taisi jumps from sudden freight which came from his pants. Oh, that's him. Naruto casually said as he pulls out his device. Hello. Oh, hey Naruto. Emma. Naruto spoke in a surprised tone from the girl calling him. What's up? Did something happen to your brother? Actually, Nero and I are coming here. Nero Robotics was so good they transfer him to a new home around the city you are in. We were hoping that you can meet up with us at this cafe. Nero found something incredible. Emma spoke in excitement as Naruto chuckles. If you need to go to the city I can take you, I still need to buy a fog machine for the Pandora Queen and Limiter King stage. Taisi said, hearing from the phone with her heightened hearing. Naruto nods to her before talking back to the phone, looks like I can, so tell me where the cafe is at, and also its name. Wonderland's Cafe, you'll know it when you see it. Emma said before hanging up. Naruto looks at his teacher for end skills, so ready. On the monorail. Naruto and Taisi arrived at train as they went to town, they stood next to each in silence, until Naruto lost his footing and stumbles back. Whoa. Taisi looks back, but heard her friend fell, are you okay? She blushes as she saw Naruto groping the breast of an unfortunate girl that he must have also dragged down. However, this girl was a pale-skinned, blue-eyed young woman with short white cropped hair topped off with a large black flower hairpin. She wears a white shirt over a short black dress that has a sky blue design along the bottom. She also wears a long, sleeveless jacket with the same sky blue color and has black necklaces that she wears over her shirt and large, shin-high black boots. A brooch is located on her left breast area, along with a bracelet on her left arm. A unique beauty, but she rudely pushed off the boy with a glare before disappearing in the crowd. Hey, are you alright, Naruto? What was that girl? Naruto spoke with an odd sense of familiarity from the white net girl. The two left as they split as Taisi needed to grab the fog machine and Naruto went to find his friends, Wonderland Cafe. Naruto told himself when he saw the entrance with a sign in an Alice in Wonderland themed style. He walks in to see a pretty good version of Mad Hatter Tea Party, but sees Emma and Nero in a table playing a card game. Hey guys. Naruto. Emma shouted as the Nova hybrid sat next to his male friend. Naruto pats Emma's head fondly, sorry, so away what's going with the AI? Nero smiles as he looks at one of the waiters, hey, listen, me and my friends want to talk in private, you have any rooms for that? The woman wearing a sexy Mad Hatter outfit nods, sure, cutie. She leads the three into a nice room with a girl crap that was the same girl he bumped into on the monorail. Miss Fi. I think this is the friends that you made reservations for. Correct, the girl said as Naruto can feel strong vibrations from her. She was either a natural born leader or one hell of sneak, cutthroat assassinating genius. Naruto follows Nero and Emma to enter the room as the woman still stood there. Before I go, do any of you lovely lasses and lads want to order something? Naruto looks at Nero with a shrug whether to ask if it's alright with him and Emma. The robotics expert nods as Emma nodded too. He looks at the girl who looks and him lazily waves her hands as if saying do what you want, sure, do you mind if we get some menus? The sexy dressed lady smirks seductively as she gently tips her hat by almost unnoticeable, though Naruto smiles at the trick to seem like it fell on its own as she grabs before dumping menus on their table. Oh me, oh my, I didn't think I had these many. Oh ha ho ho, but it is a good thing that they are there now. Please look at them and I'll come back to take your order. She left, causing the group to look at the menus before choosing what to eat. With now that slice of mind and time are gone, they all look together as Nero gestures the girl. Naruto, this girl is my friend, actually our families met a long time ago and that's how we meet. Her name is. My name is nothing more and nothing less. Listen here, I'm here for Nero and Emma, they are like family, so when he asks me to help I was skeptical about it, but I choose to be quiet and join them. The girl spoke as Naruto smiles, inwardly happy Nero has a loyal friend. Also, knowing how Chevalier has some operatives here and there looking for some potential Pandoras. So from now when we meet we will call each by codenames, mine is going to be Phi. Nero will be known as Otakin, and you. Naruto smiles as he thought about it before smiling, Uzumaki. I can be maelstrom of effects with what's going on. I didn't seem to care as long as the rest would be fine, alright, Otakin. Base from what you told me the IU and Blondie got was a fragment. Nero nods as he grabs a laptop from his book bag, yeah, here it is. The girl takes it as she rapidly types into like a machine. Naruto knows Nero was fast depending on the situation and a few times from other times they worked together to bring down criminals when Keith was gone to make their hometown safer. But this chick is almost 5 times as fast as that. Pi stops as she gasps at the screen, this isn't a fragment of an AI, it's a full-fledged AI. The two boys sat between her, seeing a mass display of ones and zeros in bright colors. The white-haired girl sighs as she types to show them 7 circles with chains connection them all. This is an AI fragment, but this is what we have. She types more, which the circles are now combining and slowly switches colors, a full perfect AI. But I don't understand, I thought the whole of dissecting AIs into fragments made people like Aoi Django stop creating them. Nero said as Phi nodded to that statement. Have you guys remember in science class that some species can self-replicate? Wait, that term doesn't sit well, I remember. Asexual reproduction, that's what I was thinking. Phi announced as Naruto and Nero look at each other with confusion. Artificial intelligence was able to get pregnant. Naruto spoke in a dumbfounded tone as he never realized that technology went this far. Was it too late to return back home? Because these strange things are scaring him. First AIS, then we got Terminators working the Novas and no more humans. No, I was suggesting an example on how it was created. I read the code and found out that the AI you guys encountered was a full-fledged one, not a fragment. The designer must have illegal made one and use its code to make others think it's an AI fragment, which if you have one before the law was passed, it would be fine. Incredible, however at the same time idiotic, since geniuses like me can see it right through. Fi proudly smirks as Naruto chuckles, but Nero still was confused by the information. But it means the AI can be even more useful, but that means we have to be careful with it. Fi nods as she sighs, indeed, since it is in a way of being a newborn baby, we have to recreate it in someone's image. This is still a blank slate in many ways, so this plan on gathering data will have to wait for some time. What? Nero raises his voice a bit. I mean Fi, you don't understand. Naruto needs to get some information. Naruto looks at his friend before his eyes widen as he thought, he must have not told Fi about my Nova Power Serpandora power. Naruto was concluded that even though Nero seems to be friends far longer with Fi, he still doesn't want to reveal the Nova status, yet Emma was accident that if didn't happen might have been going alone. Well, he can wait. If we do this without stabilizing the AI, it would make the AI in West Genetics alarm the system. Please just wait, Fi said in a sad tone, knowing she is hurting her old-time friend. They were all quiet until Naruto spoke again, listen as long we don't have anything to bite on our asses later on I'm fine with waiting. The group seemed to be fine with his decision as they saw the waitress come back to get their orders, hey lasses and lads. What can I get ya? The woman took the orders as the atmosphere seemed to be lightened from important work, oh yeah. How's Seeker? Nero asked Naruto who smiles back. He's fine, the little guy is freaking adorable. He is always on standby under my bed. The boy said as Fi raises an eyebrow at the mention of the little portable computer robot. Are you two talking about the robot whose VI that I program? Yeah, thanks it is a great little companion to have. Naruto spoke in appreciation to the girl as she blushed before looking away with an uninterested look. The gang smiles as they soon got their snacks talking small talk as Nero finally opened a chilled bottle of sparkling blueberry and white grape juice, okay a toast to our friendship, here you go. He passes the carbonated juice to his sister and two friends. Alright cheers. Cheers. The people drank the juice as Nero looked at Naruto pass him a black box, usually for carrying music equipment. This is for you man. Remember that machine we used for karaoke nights after a heavy exam? Nero asked as Naruto ate some of his chocolate cake with stripes of white chocolate syrup. Yeah, you made that thing show clips of animes that from certain songs and later on you made to show us in the anime instead of original ones right? Naruto asked as Nero wiped some crumbs off of his sister's face from eating the cookie cake mode too fast. Well the boy walks to Naruto's side and whispers as the blonde eyes widen. From what I know tonight is the limiter king thing right? Use it and tell Seeker code 66. Naruto nods as he cheekily grins at the news from his friend, thanks. So the group continues to relax until Naruto saw the time and stood up, crap, I have to go back to genetics. He jumps from his seat and ran saying his goodbyes to his friends and allies. The hybrid ran towards the last location from where he and Itachi met before meeting with Nero. Itachi. He spoke aloud as he saw the girl holding a large box that must apparently hold the fog machine. It was Itachi smiling at him while she also had a bag which, if the logo was correct, she bought a new dress too. Hello Naruto, did you enjoy meeting with your friends? Itachi asked as the boy nods. He did. So you ready for the dance? Naruto asked as Itachi nods before lifting her bag. She smiles almost naughty-like, so I wanted to ask before she can finish her sentence. The monorail came earlier than expected, causing her to twitch one of her eyebrows. Was God trying to make her work for the date or something? They sat in silence as Naruto looks back at his trainer, hey, for this queen and king thing what do participates do at the pageants? For girls they wear outfits or in one sad case for Miyabi naked and try to make the crowd vote for them. For the males it's more or less like a sex competition with each other. She whispers at Naruto nods with a sage-like motion. Ah, so I see so I have told the. Funk horrified was even close to what his current facial expression could do, it was like 20 megatons of horrified faces. The FFT Itachi slowly sputters as she laughs telling her friend it was payback for the morning nosebleed. No, in all seriousness it's a talent competition. Like martial arts, singing, or dancing. So are you planning on joining on the festivities? Pretty much. Naruto happily chirps as Itachi looks at him taking a deep breath. Would you like to go to the dance? Naruto. Arnett yells as the train was already at West Genetics. Itachi looks the other way with smiling expression which was defeated with her waterfall tears and gloomy cloud on top of her head. Damn it. Arnett looked at her brother as she looked at him, hey, dad send your favorite suit for the dance. Come on, it's in my room. Hey, see ya T. Hope we can get a chance to talk at the dance. The blonde hero spoke as he went to his sister to get his evening clothes. So what the hell were you doing with that bitch? Arnett glares at the protector of Chiffon Fairchild. Naruto sighs. He heard the intense rivalry of his sister and his trainer from certain individuals. He didn't mind it. Hell, it was good to have a rival. It made him and Sasuke grow into Kage-level ninjas. Still, it didn't make things right if shit goes out the window. Especially if they start killing each other for power and soon try to go through difficult life-altering situations and soon a Warake he is officially paranoid. It still isn't good to have too much hatred in a rivalry. She needed help finding a fog machine and I needed to get a snack. The boy lied, hurting his heart to do that to his sweet lovely sister. Arnett looks at him before suddenly flushing and looked away. Alright, I'll wait here. She said after they reached the female dormitory. She went up as Naruto realized something. Something so important that will make him a man. Think I don't have a date. He stomps angrily as he realized that important fact. As Arnett came and gave him his white suit that he uses meeting with important clients with Keith. So do you have a date to the dance, Naruto? Arnett asked as she blushed slightly from the question she spoke. No, damn it, I'm jealous of ya. You have your limiter, so that's an instant date. Naruto mumbles as Arnett wanted to break her limiter's legs for that ball and chain bastard. Well, I'm hungry. See ya at the dances. Save me a dance for later. Huh? Oh sure. Just be careful. Arnett shouted, smiling at her brother as he went to the cafeteria. The Nova hybrid team walks down as he saw Rana Linchin in his way. Hey Rana. Naruto greeted his friend. Oh, Naruto-sama. It's been a while, huh? Are your injuries from last week finally healed up? She asked worriedly, knowing it was her fault that started the fight from listening to small girl. I'm good, Ra-chan. Though you have to fill me in on why you fight against my partner. Naruto asked as they walked to their destination. Because Sadalizer doesn't seem to pick a fight and you as well, you're too nice. Rana gained a sad look as she bowed her head. Well, a senior told me that Sadalizer was just using you without any care for you. Ah, well I don't know why, but she isn't well like here. But I know she is not a girl to hurt someone like that. Naruto explained to his odd friend, who apologizes for her actions against Sadalizer. But she regains her smile as she look at her goddess son. Naruto-sama, did you have a lady to take to the ball? Huh? Nah, I was going to ask Sadalizer to go with me. Hopefully, she will say yes, but I doubt it since it doesn't seem like her thing. Rana sighs with a smile as she kissed the boy's cheek. She will, and since I lost to her I'll go ask Kazaya-kun. Good luck, Kunlun's son. She ran to the cafeteria as the boy sighs and smiles. I'm not a deity. He shouted, knowing that Rana wouldn't listen. He walks as he enters to the cafeteria and saw Sadalizer, who already bought her meal, which was Burger Queen of course, surprised to see Naruto. Though the second trip to the ward scared her for her partner's health, Sadalizer visited him with Rana, who explained her reasons on fighting her, to be glad there were no permanent damage. She however didn't want to push her luck with the third years and watch him from away skillfully like a certain wide-eyed heiress. Though for a strong male like Naruto not to notice her stalking air trailing him worried her. Naruto, I'm glad you're doing great since last week. Ah, I'm built tough. Hey, Naruto awkwardly started to fidget before slapping himself inwardly. Do you want to go to the prom with me? Sadalizer eyes widened before smiling widely. Yes. I will love to go you to the dance. She raises her voice that surprised Naruto. Naruto smiles as he walked and talked with her. With Nero and Phi. Nero was typing in codes to reactivate the AI system soon, as he knows that recreating an AI is tough, but to also install a personality was even more difficult. He sighs as he sees his crush play on his game console. Phi, have a questiono, it's more like I need your advice. About? The white-haired girl said as she plays her favorite strategy game. Well, I hacked into the Chevalier a while before I called Yaoi, found something rather odd, the hacker told the cryptic girl, who has pauses her game looking at her old friend with seriousness. The girl didn't like Naruto since earlier they met in the train and grope her breasts, not to sound like a bitch, so why not tell this to Naruto? That's the thing, you know, I look up some things and found something that's related to him. Nero said as he looks down on the floor more like on the Nova side of him. Okay, what is it? I found out something that someone was hiding the DHASFAMILY, that is SSS class classified, but I don't know I should to tell Naruto. Nero said as Phi sighs and beckons him to the couch. Phi made, the hacker set his head on her lap as she rubs the side of his head. I know he may be an orphan, but I don't think it would be really important to tell him about dead family members that may not have want to be discovered this way, okay? She said, smiling sweetly on the boy who was relaxed with her. I won't tell him yet. Nero promised as he then thought, why would Nova tissue in 5 different varieties be related to Naruto? It was good thing that I hack on his medical records when I heard rumors that some teachers read his med records. Hey, what did you give the blonde? Nero chuckles as he started to feel sleepy, something for him to win. Later at night with Naruto. Naruto wore a white suit that caught the many attention of Pandora's when he walked to their dorm to pick Sadalizer. Okay, be cool, this is your first date of all time. Man, I wish I asked Hinata or Tenten on date, or at the very least ask some advice. Man, would I give to talk to them again, and when I talk to myself, there is no one around, weird. The boy finishes his one-sided conversation as he stood in front of his partner's door. He gathers his resolve and was about to knock the door until it opens itself with a nervous-looking blonde bespectacled girl standing in his way. Sadalizer was wearing a plain white dress that presented her breasts out, making her look mature. She had her hair tied up in a bun. Hello. Naruto smiles at her before looking to the left to see Acha. Acha. What you doing here? The small girl smirks as she looks at Sadalizer. Hello Naruto, I'm here to challenge Sadalizer to one more fight. I care to take it that it will not involve violence during such a peaceful time. Naruto asked as he knew that Arnett's group isn't one to lie down like a winded animal. But of course, I would hate to see such a nice dance become a battlefield for a bloodbath. Acha sincerely said as Naruto nodded to her to continue as Sadalizer stood next to him glaring at the girl. Now, since we agree to leave you alone from now on is fine, however I wish to still reclaim some of the lost pride that happened from all of this nonsense. So? Because of your attacks Naruto was hurt. Sadalizer finally spoke, shocking Acha, who gained a look of defeat. Well, yes. I do admit that statement. However, I wish to beat you in the Pandora Queen pageant. She said as she ripped of her uniform, causing the two blondes to blush at her new attire. The small girl now wore a gothic maid outfit with super short frilly skirt. Naruto could actually see her white panties too. The K had it, we aren't going to accept such a childess, I accept. Naruto double take it Sadalizer, who stood proudly as she does when fighting, no matter what the form of battle is, I won't back down. She shouted and took a step forward, not caring about her breasts juggle from the action. Acha suddenly covers her chest, hating the fact that the sophomore had a bigger chest than her. She tried to smirk though it didn't work as a twitch from the jealousy. Well, that's fine. I'll be looking forward to the challenge. She started to walk away until she turned back and pointed at the untouchable queen. And don't think just because you have big jugs you will win. But that said, Acha left, leaving two confused blondes. Big jugs? The two look at each other in confusion. Later. Naruto and Sadalizer were backstage as they waited for her turn to start. Now it was the residential slut wearing tight, skimpy clothing that was revealing her chest and panties. Something tells me that slut would take off the panties if it wasn't nudity or some stupid rule. Naruto never understood why males were so infatuated with harlots like that. Sadalizer looks at Naruto, who was now wearing a red warrior outfit with now also sporting new black tinted sunglasses, think or an outfit from Final Fantasy X. He look amazing when she found he is competing in the Limiter King competition. Naruto, I think this was a mistake, don't know what to do. Listen, we can drop out, it doesn't seem he started but thought about it. Actually I know you can do it. Sadalizer, compared to the other girls you are amazingly beautiful. Hell, I'm glad to have you as my partner with smarts, beauty, and courage. Naruto Sadalizer stares at her partner before nodding and standing up. Hey, alright. I'll do my best. Naruto-sama, Naruto-kun. The two blondes see Kazuya and Rana walking to them. Rana was wearing a very revealing robe that was barely able to cover her nipples, where Kazuya and Naruto were trying their best not to look. Now that's an attractive girl who doesn't know her own powerful charms. She wore odd old style underwear as well. What is the matter with your partner? Yeah, she seems that Bridget-san isn't very enthusiastic about this. Kazuya stated the girl's current form. Excuse us. Rana pushes the two males as she needed some space to help Sadalizer. Kazuya and Naruto look at each other before smiling awkwardly at each other. So are you entering the Limiter King competition? Kazuya shook his head for Naruto's question. No, I don't like those kinds of things. I rather be under the radar, so to speak. Ah, well, there's no shame in that. I'll be in it however. Naruto announced as Kazuya wished him luck as Rana went to do her turn. Ah, I see, Sadalizer seemed to have got her act together. Acha suddenly said as she blushed when the girl saw Naruto's outfit. Whoa. Why are you wearing that? Hey Acha. Naruto greeted the girl. To answer that question is that I'm entering the Limiter King competition. Ah, well, best of luck to you. Acha spoke in kindness as she went up to do her turn. Naruto eyes twitches on how many limiters were trying to hide their pants, growing tense. Good reaction. The limiter of Acha spoke with an approving look. Dude, that's your girl, you know what, funk it. Naruto sighs at the males. Jiraiya would be rolling in his grave at these males. It looks like he might have showed what these males are supposed to be. Next contestant is none other than the untouchable queen, Sadalizer Bridget. The announcer said as many people were surprised at this. But the teachers. Well, holy hell, he owe you $500, Yumi Li said to her best friend. Yumi just smiles as she saw the brother of Arnett from the curtains. I have to admit this kid is doing well. Indeed. The two teachers turned to see the headmistress Margaret smiling. The old curse of upperclassmen undermining and harassing them is finally over thanks to Naruto. Sadlizer and Chiffon are also smiling more. Be-hid kid huh. It's like anyone who meets him becomes his friend, allowing him to not only help their problems but earn their trust. Eli said as she smirks at Yumi. Also, are you really going to take him to the dance if he didn't have a date? Hey wait. Did you hack into my computer and read my diary again? The experienced Pandora yells as she tackles her friend. Margaret took a seat, not caring for the violence, as she knows it was regular thing, and also Naruto was creating a better school, even if he doesn't notice it. With Naruto. Oh crap. She has stage fright. Naruto exclaimed as Sadlizer started to look shiny vermind, 3 twin. The crowd outside roared out yelling, Mo. To Sadlizer as she ran back to Naruto, who just captures her in a warm hug. See? You did amazing job, Sadlizer, Naruto said as his partner hugged him back. Noi was able to that thanks to you. She said as the announcer come and spoke to Naruto. Hey, sorry to interrupt. But Naruto, you're first for the Limiter King competition. The boy said as Naruto nods and looks at his partner with a confident grin. You might want to stay for this. Naruto makes his arm to reveal some of his chest and well-defined abs from his red robes. The former QB jailer walks up and stood in the spotlight. He sees his requested microphone. Walking up and he took it in his hands and smiles to everyone, unknowingly causing some women to swoon over his handsome looks. Hello, he started hearing the echoes from the speakers. I am really excited to do this and also happy to soon win this. Seeker, hit it. Suddenly the lights that were on Naruto died out as the screen behind him turned on. It was a scene of black and white sky with a cloaked person standing in the middle. Ashid yo so no shikumi wo. Naruto's voice was heard singing like a magnificent angel. The scene sky gains its color as music started as well, Boku no Nakanai der ga iru no. The scene close up on the person to show it was Naruto crying, Kaoreta yo kono sekai. To the scene changed to Arnett holding her scythe with a sad look, before changing to Sadlizer holding her sword with an empty look, Kimi ga waran animo miezunai. The screen created cracks as many faces of Naruto and other Pandoras appeared. Then it was back to Naruto, who smiled as he walks next to a mirror with the reflection showing his Nova eye, and with the same Nova cracks as the woman who gave the power to him, he held his katana and had the other weapons floating around him. Kaoreta boku nante saiki wo tomite. The next person, Arnett, smiling but like Naruto, was walking next to a reflection of herself which was smiling crazily holding her Volt weapon. Hadakanai mu hadakanai yo shinjitsu say freeze. Then it showed Sadlizer with strong confident look as her reflection show her, but in more lonely form. Then it rapidly changes to Zero, Ingrid, Atsha, Elizabeth, Taisi, Chiffon, Nero, and finally the Nova woman who looks at everyone smiling in the same creepy way before disappearing. Koseru Koasanai Kureru Kurunai. Hinata wo Mitsuki Ureta. Then it showed Naruto fighting the Akatsuki by himself as Itachi captures him with Susanu's hand. But it was cut by Arnett, who smiled at her brother before gaining a look of shock. Doriku ga Gata Sekai no Nakada Hinata wo Kizutsukataku wa Nayo. The Bodiite Boku no Kodo wo as Akanamama. It showed Naruto holding Yamato with a dark look before vanishing, leaving trail of gold dust and everything went dark. The lights came back on as Naruto bowed, dropping the microphone as suddenly one person clapped. It was Miyabuth, and soon the 3 girls that attacked Naruto joined Kazuya and his friends also cheered and claps. In a single moment everyone cheered for Naruto, as did the teachers and limiters. Thank you. That was an old song I love to sing. Please enjoy the rest of the acts and have fun on your dates. Later. Naruto and Sadlizer were dancing as he led her perfectly. Well, this was a fun dance, eh? The girl nervously nods. How did you learn to sing like that? And how did you make that screen show that video? Oh, trust me on this, partner. I have so many secrets that it would take decades to finish 10% of it. The ninja chuckles as Sadlizer pouts at him. Stingy. Naruto felt someone taps his shoulder to see Arnett. Sis. Mind if I cut it, queen? Arnett asks to get a stern nod from the girl as she now dance with Naruto. Someone telling me what the hell that video was. I asked the teachers to do me a solid for always helping them out. The video itself was just hot air for me to get some votes. Naruto explained, but his breath was hitched when his sister places her head on the crane of his neck. Sis. Just let me enjoy this. She asked, almost an underlining tone of begging. I want to say that I'm sorry for getting you hurt and also attacking your partner. Just didn't want you to get hurt. So promise me that if she tries something, tell me and I'll help. Sure. Naruto said, gripping his sister's hand protectively as he spins her and caught the mad dog when she had her back against his chest. I always need you no matter what. Thank you. Hello. The 2 siblings looked to see Elizabeth waving kindly at them. I think it's my turn. Naruto chuckles as he led her to the dance floor. You know you girls are always forcing to make me on guard. Oh my, have we? Though it's probably better than seeing you all lazy like Harnett whenever there's no excitement. She giggles as Naruto heard a piano song being played. HMPH, let's see you say that after this. After whoa. Elizabeth shouts as Naruto held her close to his body and slowly and surely made her blush as his hand trails down too near her butt and back as he leaned in closely to her face as if to kiss. But they continue to dance in a fast break pace. Everyone slowly noticed this as stop as they two blondes look like they were in their own world. You know, Naruto whispers seductively to his dance partner's ear and teasingly bit it with his lips, causing her to shiver from the action. This song they are playing is the instrumental piano version of the song I sang. He said as he held closer than before, letting her feel his abs from his loose robes to her tightly clung dress. The song was about a person so broken he doesn't want other to look for him. And to remember from they originally know about him when and know why I sang it. Why? Elizabeth sighs in bliss, closing her eyes to be led in such a harmonious state of mind. Because I want you all to remember that we are all human and that we need to focus on the memories that bind us together and fight unless our defenses are so broken that we will lose against the Navaso. Please fight with me and live with everyone with smiles on our faces. Naruto stops as the song died out, slowly faded as Elizabeth took some breaths of air from the amazing experience. I will just make sure you don't die. She said and kisses his cheek before moving to his ear. I suggest you take full responsibility if you keep making go after you like this, Naruto. The boy blushes as he returns to his original date. Elizabeth frowns as she felt a big hit of bitter jealous from the boy hugging the glasses wearing blondish. Couldn't be falling for him, could she? Alright everyone. The whole entire amount of students turns to see Yumi holding an envelope. It's time to reveal who won. Now, since this is the first time we have the Limiter King competition, they will be special prize who are in first place, but let's get the top 5 Pandoras. The K number 5 is Arnett. She announced loudly as the redhead looks at her brother who was standing by his side with his date. How that happen? She said, knowing that she didn't enter. Naruto sweated as he anonymously threatened limiters to vote his sister, who knows she shake comically as Yumi went to the next one. Fourth place is Rana Lynchen. The dark-skinned girl hugs Kazuya and Naruto. I did it. Yay. Okay, but you're killing us. Naruto yells as he and Kazuya turn blue from Rana's death-like grip on their necks and also pushing them to her breasts. Third place is Atcha Simmons. Naruto looks at his friend and partner. So that means you got second or first place. How you think I beat Atcha? She asks, surprised by his confidence. Hell yeah, I'm no lollican, so that means you won. He yelled as others agree with him. Yumi looks at the next name and was smiling at this point. Second is Elizabeth Mabley. What, she didn't get first? Arthur said as he looks at Keiho, who was always surprised. That means Sadalizer and Naruto said together. That's mean first belongs to Sadalizer. Yumi shouted, happy for the girl now breaking out of her shell. Suddenly confetti fell from above them as the spotlight hit her. I won, she said, shock. Neat. Naruto smiles as Yumi went on. And for only winner for King, that's right, he won every single vote in perfect landslide victory, Naruto McMillion. Yumi shouted as the other spotlight hit Naruto, who was now equally shocked. I won. Neat. Sadalizer spoke, happy but still shocked on her victory. Since they won first place together, they get a paid vacation for a week at an 5-star El Bridget Resort Hotel. The teacher said her piece and walk away, happy to see the two blondes getting congratulated by their wins. However, Sadalizer didn't seem to be keen on the prize. I hope Violet is only there, she prays, but looks at Naruto, who was getting his hair messed up by Zero, and playfully smacking away her hand and yelling comically. Do you think it won't matter if he's by my side? Naruto was fighting against a green-haired woman with dark teal rock-like spikes coming out of her body. His left hand was cut off, some organs were ripped out, and Yamato was broken in two. Are you done, my liege? Naruto growls as he stood up. Damn it, Tissy, he spoke, but he couldn't find anything to say to the woman. He was outclassed. Kathy Lockhart, the master of the quadruple acceleration turn, Godspeed of the East. But now novalized into a mindless foot soldier for the enemy who is being attacked by his female companions. Lisa, join us as a beloved member of our race, Lord Uzumaki. Naruto grips his head as the girl was being controlled by another Nova who knows about him his old life. She looks at him with empty wide eyes, completely contradicting her tone, which was loving and sweet. No. You harm my friends, killed innocent lives, and force my allies into your personal slaves. I will defeat you and save everyone. So I'd have no choice but to knock you out and bring you back to your true home. The controlled Kathy raises her bladed tonfas ready to defeat Naruto. A orange jewel that was on her chest glows brightly as Naruto grips Yamato, the blade slowly steaming. How did it come to this? 3 days ago. Naruto came out of the shower as Nero come into the room smiling. Hey man. How was the dentist appointment? Naruto had to stay overnight to go there fast. Thankfully Yumi believed him to be responsible to return after the appointment. Pretty good, though, that laughing gas is getting addicting. Nero chuckles awkwardly. Seen behind Naruto was two large canisters of laughing gas. Anyway, don't you need to head back? Naruto nods as he grabs his school jacket but yells as it moved by itself, holy shit, ghost. Ghost? Ghost. Not good. Not good. The jacket hovers as Nero pulled it off to show a silver little bird. Silva, I told you not to hide under clothes. The hacker chides at the little thing as it drops to the floor and walked away. You can ran away or waddle away, but I know where you sleep, it's under my bed. Naruto chuckles as he looked at the robotic expert with a smile that held excitement. Dude, was that a mechanical bird? The nerdy boy nods, grinning at the Nova hybrid. Yeah, actually that's Emma toy. I made it for her on EES last birthday. It doesn't really have infiltration abilities due to its loudness and personality. It can be used as a portable computer and a mechanic too. He said with pride as Emma came into the room wearing pink pajamas. She yawned rather cutely. She also was currently holding Sliva in her arms. Her hair was not held by her traditional chopsticks, thus making it long and straight as a river. Naruto? Are you going now? She asks, still sleepy as her other brother figure chuckles. Yeah, unfortunately. I have to go back since Adelizer and Taisi are waiting for me. He spoke as the former child of prophecy gave her some cake from the Wonderland cafe they went. She loved it from both the people and the food. Harem a good girl and take care of Nero. We know he's useless without you. Naruto jokes as Emma giggles and nods. See you Nero 80, have a request for you. Where does Fi live? Afraid I can't tell you. Fi made me swear not to tell you. Precaution, she never really trust anyone save me and M. However, why? Nero asked as Emma went to the kitchen to heat up her slice of cake, begging her to eat it. Naruto gestures his friend to get closer. I think something at genetics will happen and it might cause some shit to happen to the city. Can you and Emma hide with Fi or another place to hide? Don't worry, I have a few safe houses that I and Fi had built underground. We'll head there, use Seeker to call us if everything is safe. Nero promises to his friend as Naruto left the apartment. The blonde hybrid walked slowly, taking in the city as he felt that impending doom was still coming, yet at the same time not. He made it to the monorail, looking out the window, smiles gently at the fact that his sister and friends became tolerant of his partner Sadalizer. His thoughts broke as the young man saw his arrival, but paled when he saw his teacher Kim Yumi along with by her side, the headmistress waiting for him. Crap, he said, sweating. Did they find out that he threatened them? He steps out with his hands out like criminal would to surrender himself. Okay, didn't know that it was that big of a deal. Naruto, this isn't a bad thing. We here because Kazuya wanted us to get you. Yumi stated as the boy relaxed. Wait, we? Training room. Naruto sees Kazuya watching something from a window as he waves to Naruto when he turns. Naruto-san. Over here. Heyo Kazuya-san. Naruto respectfully spoke in Japanese as he asked, why did you need me? Oh, it wasn't important, this is just paying you back for saving my hide from the first day. You know, the falling rubble. And also for making me realize that Bridget-san wasn't Kazuya, guess I miss her. He chuckles weakly as Naruto eyes held pity and sadness. He felt bad for the kid, truly he did, especially if the subject was family. When he met his father during the battle against Pain, aka Najida, was overjoyed as well as sad after the next day. He didn't have time to grieve for his mother or father, though he chose not to, but rather use his remaining emotions to guide him towards the goal. But he stops wished alone with no one around that he creased. It was unhealthy to hold on certain emotions, and worse when you get the last straw that breaks down the metaphorical camel's back. He saw Nero sometimes cry for Emma's parents, who apparently love him like a son, and cried about members of his own family. Emma often weeps alone in her room when she can't hold in the pain, or in rare times the two siblings would cry together and talk about it. It was alright to have tears. Zero-sen and Jiraiya's death was proof of that. Naruto never lost someone, but did had despair in his old life but never cried. Scare and or angry was one thing but never felt sadness. But his death of his role model and godfather broke his resolve faster than an Akimichi eating a buffet. Thankfully Shikamaru and Iruka managed to snap him out of it. It was fine to have sadness in your life, in fact it's needed. Especially when you need to get strength in your resolve. Naruto pats Kazuya's back rather roughly. I'd know what it feels like losing someone who gave you love and support. Stings like hell, but you have to live on so you can meet them and tell your life to make sure it wasn't wasted. Naruto smiles at his friend as Kazuya had a look of shock and surprise before nodding at that statement with full confidence. Hi Rigatu. The Mei Laoi said as Naruto nodded back. Oh yeah. I'm guessing that the teachers didn't tell you why you were here. Nah, I was hoping anything but some unscheduled medical examination. So do you know? Naruto asked, but before the other male can explain, the lights in the training room were on, showing a lovely young girl with green hair. Huh? Naruto can say that this girl was strong, but the way she carried herself wasn't really telling him that she wanted to do this. The blonde boy jumps back in a fighting stance, as did Kazuya when two Novas appeared in the training room. Relax, those are Nova dummies. Yumi chuckles at the two boys' reactions. It was normally shrill shrieks from the other limiters when they saw them, but these two were prepared to fight. Nova dummies? What, like machines for training? Naruto inquiries as he was confused on why didn't he, or rather Nero, didn't know this information. Yes, though unlike our own training room for second and first years, which uses physical holograms that can hurt them, it has a sort of rhythm. These Nova dummies are a bit more unpredictable when it fights. The active Chevalier Pandora spoke as Naruto nods. He didn't like how these holograms are often used as another style of training. True that the pain is real and has a sense of urgency, but it was designed to make sure not to kill Pandoras and not kill them. This way it makes the girls think that the war against Nova would be easy like a game. Well, it's fine, as long as they aren't putting gunpowder in the food. Naruto watches the girl fight the Nova dummies with relative ease. She had amazing skills as well as potential to become more powerful, but suddenly vanished. She doesn't have a reason to go far. Excuse me, Naruto-san. Kazuya asks as Naruto intently watches before using his Nova Eye to watch the girl. However, it wasn't triple acceleration. Quadruple acceleration turn. The former shinobi whispers as the girl took down the Novas down. He smiles at the goal for his speed increased by this girl, frowns sadly as well from knowing what the girl is here for. Later. Naruto, Kazuya, and Headmistress Margaret were in front of Kathy Lockhart and her teacher, who escorted here. So you came because you knew where Kazuya was and wanted to pay your respect to him. Naruto recited what the green-haired girl told them as she nods. Yes, since I have some of his sister's legendary sacred stigmata, it felt only right to do that. And also to give my apologies, since I'm going to give them up. The Godspeed of the East spoke in apologetic tone as Kazuya seemed to look embarrassed from the attention. Wow, I thought someone with you skills would definitely join up with Chevalier. Kazuya said as he was still in awe from the quadruple acceleration turn. The Godspeed of the East shook her head. Actually, I don't really think I'm cut out for that type of life. Sorry. Kazuya smiles gently, remembering that he wished for many times that his sister to have different choice to have a profession. He mentally cursed his grandfather for Kazuha's death. Kazuya snapped back to reality as Naruto leaned in towards the girl with curiosity in his eyes. I guess I don't look like much of a Pandora, huh? Kathy asked as Naruto shook his head as he had a look of confusion. No, it's not that, but why does every single Pandora have to look so attractive? Like every single one? Is it in the water or something? He mumbles as Kathy blushed at the compliment. Like I said, I don't judge on appearances. Hell, I actually put up a fight with some second-year Pandora a few weeks ago, and they thought I was just another pretty face. Naruto explained as Kathy gave him a surprised look. Wow, that's impressive. She said in astonishment while Naruto chuckles at the praise. He took a few steps back, realizing he was still invading her personal space. So you don't want to be a Pandora anymore, honestly. I don't mind, in my respect. No soldier is a one-man army. He said bluntly as Kathy teacher seemed to not like his tone. But she has the choice to choose which path is right for here. Naruto gave frightening stern look at the woman who flinches from it. The hybrid smiles back at Kathy. Anyway, what are you planning on doing after leaving the academy? Well, it's the green-haired girl softly said that Naruto cups his ear to hear her again. Pardon me? I said whilst Kathy tries again, barely audible even Naruto's heightened sense of hearing. Still can't hear Yamaib, you don't really care for you dream. Naruto egged on Kathy, who took the bait as she then interrupted him yelling. I said I want to be a novelist. The green-haired girl blushed madly as she never used that level of loudness before as everyone looked at her. Naruto pats her head with a chuckle as he looked at Kathy with kind expression. Never been ashamed of your dreams. Actually, can you stay for a few minutes? Naruto asked, which Kathy looks at her teacher with puppy dog eyes, making the woman nod, defeated by the look yet again. Sweet. Alright, I'll be tight back. He runs back to his room to grab something that might help her. 5 minutes later. Naruto came back smiling as he gave a book to Kathy. Here, this is for you. The girl takes it gently as her eyes look at it, a book. She looks at the cover, seeing an English title. Tales of a Gutsy Ninja. Naruto smiles kindly and fondly at the book. Recreated the book that his godfather made. It always made him get inspired when he loses his faith. He chuckles as the former shinobi gives Kathy a handsome smile. This book was made by my godfather, who sadly passed away. This book saved me from losing to despair. I can't take. Naruto waved his finger like a parent scolding a child. It's fine, I practically already memorized the whole thing. Besides, my godfather would rather have it circulating to make more people inspired than stay in dusty old shelf. Kathy nods as still didn't look convinced at all. Don't worry, besides if you can write half as good like you did kicking those Nova dummies, it would be a crime. The girl was stunned by the compliment as she gave him a stunning smile. Of course. Naruto waves goodbye to her as the hybrid suddenly felt dizzy while he was grabbed by Yumi, who looked concerned about him. Don't worry, I'm just a bit tired. The next day. Naruto was staring at the sky eating his lunch that he made. What's this feeling of dread? He asked himself. He never felt this kind of odd feeling before. Hatred and negative emotions from others was fine, but he felt it coming from him like a great battle will happen soon. Naruto. Sadalizer came, seeing her partner with lone sad look. The boy sees her finally, but not before switching to his kind smile. Afternoon, Miss Sadalizer. He acted overly polite, earning him a smile for it. Sorry, I was just getting a feeling something bad is going to happen. Sadalizer sits next to him as proceeded to grab some of her favorite burgers and passed one to Naruto with small smile. Extra baconi, remember the last time you bought them for out lunch? Naruto gratefully took it as unwrapped and bited. So why do you think something bad is happening? Just a hunch. Naruto simple said as he didn't have anything to show as proof to her. He takes more bites from his burger as he took out a sketchpad. He started to draw lines with music notes. Sadalizer spoke out loud as Naruto nods. When I was alone back in K, the boy suddenly realized that he mess up about his life. I meant home. I would hear someone playing music. Soon I joined in band during my middle and high school years to play guitar. I always loved playing slow songs. Can you please play one now? Sadalizer requested with blushing face as Naruto shook his head, having an equal amount to her blush. Why not? The untouchable queen asked as Naruto looks at her with shyness. Isn't it really confident in my songs? He meekly said. PFFT. Sadalizer bit back her tongue to stop herself from laughing at the irony that her partner is shy when it's about his hobby. Naruto sighs as he relaxes before standing up, looking at the sky with horrified wide eyes. It's begun. Beast genetics. Hathy Lockhart was deeply engrossed with Naruto's book as she cannot help but read along with the story. As the young ninja appears behind the assassin, he held his kunai on the killer's throat. The young ninja smiles handsomely. Kathy blushed as she couldn't help but think about Naruto as the protagonist behind the assassin. Give up on me, giving up. She spoke with a smile as she suddenly heard the alarms against the Novas. She stood up. Young Godspeed of the East felt energized and confident. The next day, afternoon. Naruto was pacing back and forth as he and Kazuya, Rana, Sadalizer and Arthur with his partner were waiting underground. He took a fang he materialized far before this situation happened and spin it on its hoop end. The hybrid remembered that some Pandora telling that East genetics fell to a Nova attack, and Naruto felt concerned about Kathy Lockhear. Feast lost growls internally at the thought of a friend dying in war. He felt tremors as he felt the battles were coming to them, not letting another friend die. The hybrid whispers. He looks at his team sheepishly. Guys. I need to take a leak. What? Now of all times. Can't you hold it or something? The red-haired girl who was Arthur's partner yelled at him. Naruto chuckles awkwardly as he proceeded to shake his head. I rather not die with a full bladdernut, the cleanest death since the body tends to release. Okay. Ugh, just go, man. Kazuya yells as some of the others also had agreed to make sure not to hear the rest of the explanation, which they know it was heading to a disgusting climax. Naruto turned to a hallway humming, making sure the others heard it as he pulled a water bottle. He continues to hum perfectly as he drank the fluids of the plastic bottle. After getting more than half, he then spit out the water in nice easy stream, hitting the wall opposite of his. Suddenly it shook again, but this time some dust from the ceiling was falling as Naruto threw his fang up and spoke. Are you guys alright? Boom. Naruto jumps back as the fang exploded above him. Ah. Naruto perfectly yells in surprised as he heard others coming to his direction. Crap. The ninja spoke as he looks at the sight. He smirks joyously. Hey guys, I don't think I can get through this rubble. You want me to come the long way around? Yeah. But only if you're uninjured. Kazuya's voice spoke through the block hallway as Naruto thanks his timing. Actually, my leg got some cuts and bruises. It might take a couple of minutes. Is that cool with you? The Uzumaki asked before creating Kyushin and Vanguard in his hands and feet. If you're hurt, then stay there. Don't worry about it, but yell if some Novas are coming in your direction so we can have the girls bust in to save you. Got it? Naruto promised as he brought his hands together as he used to when making a request or apologizing. Forgive me guys, he don't want to lose more friends. He heard their footsteps left his hallway as he started to run towards the stairs. I won't let more people die today. The teen runs up as he moves in quickly and quietly to avoid both his allies and enemies. He stops as he saw some of the enemies. Thought it wasn't what he expected. No way the Pandoras of East genetics are nanovalized or something. The girl's skin and clothes on some parts of their body are stone-like, and their eyes are in an odd hypnotized way in sickly greenish yellow color. Naruto got out his shield and longsword to attack them as they turned, but he didn't expect this. "We have come for you as well, me liege." "What?" Naruto couldn't help but asked as the girls attack him. He stabs the shield on the ground as the girls ran towards him. He places his back against the shield as he saw the girls at his side about to grab him. "Fly my fangs." Naruto roars as his fang kunais appear before them, ready to be detonated. "Explode." He spoke as he picked up the shield of Vanguard in place on his feet as the explosion propelled him to the next hallway. "Dismissed and call twin dragons." The shield disappears as his gauntlet-plated hands grabs the handles of his tonfas. He smirks as he also materialized some visors on his face to cover most of it. Think Masquerade from Bakugan Battle Brawler's visors. His hair was now slicked back and tied in a low ponytail to keep away from his face. "Let's dance." He runs towards the explosion that he set off, knowing that the girls were still alive. They increase their speed as they attack him from the front. The hybrid quickly evaded by using his old skills. He jumps quickly and spun around with his arms spread out to cut them down with his blade tonfas. "Yah." The enemy soldiers try to avoid the technique, but to not, they fail as they were beheaded by the kind man. The Macmillan male sighs in sadness for unable to save them and had no choice but to kill them. He jumps back as another one came wielding a spear try to strike his legs. He kicks at the blade foot first as he broke it with ease. The forced hybrid Pandora eyes widen as he then continued to attack, kick the girl's neck, snapping it. He grinds his teeth at the additional death he caused. He can't do anything to save them, only killed them to end their suffering from being controlled like the puppet and puppet masters from his dimension. Damn it, he curse at these monstrosities. Damn it. He roars, preparing for more battle by summoning his katana, Yamato. He slash another novalized Pandora before accelerated to Mach 2 speed and created more fangs to orbit around him as additional defense. He quickly jumps to denote the fang to kill again. Naruto lands on his feet as he was about to attack again, but Naruto gasps in pain as he found a hand coming out of his torso. "Shit." He cursed as the appendage removed from his body. He falls to his knees, placing a hand on the wound as it slowly recovered from the attack. "How did I not notice that?" "Because I have the Godspeed of the East." "No, Naruto whispers as he turned his heat to see Kathish was novalized like the rest of the Pandora he fought. She looks at him with dead eyes. "Kathy." "No," the mouth spoke as Naruto instantly realized that her voice was distorted and different. Her voice was filled with love and sweet tones. "Please stay there, I don't wish to cause further injury onto you, my liege." She begged as if truly worried for him. Naruto laid down for quickly grabbing Yamato and turned to slash his controlled friend, Gomen. He swiftly said as he went to end her life. "No, I'm sorry." The green-haired girl grabs his hand and snap it before summoning a blade tonfa that resembles Naruto and hacked it off. "Ahhh." Naruto screams as he fell to the floor, clutching onto his stump of a limb. He tries to grab the sword from his severed hand, only for the novalized Kathy to step on it and break it in two. "Are you done, my liege?" Naruto growls as he stood up. "Damn it, he spoke, but he couldn't find anything to say to the woman. He was outclassed. Kathy Lockhart, the master of the quadruple acceleration turn, Godspeed of the East. But now novalized into a mindless foot soldier for the enemy who is being attacked by his female companions. Please join us as a beloved member of our race, Lord Uzumaki." Naruto grips his head as the girl was being controlled by another Nova who knows about him his old life. She looks at him with empty wide eyes, completely contradicting her tone, which was loving and sweet. "No. You harm my friends, killed innocent lives, and force my allies into your personal slaves. I will defeat you and save everyone. So I'd have no choice but to knock you out and bring you back to your true home." The controlled Kathy raises her bladed tonfas ready to defeat Naruto. A orange jewel that was on her chest glows brightly as Naruto grips Yamato, the blade slowly steaming. "How did it come to this?" The green-haired girl was about to grab Naruto, but stops when he drew back her arm as the boy rose up. "I admit that I was slacking off. He was holding back for a long time." "What?" "But now I know where the power difference is. So far a gap I need to close." Naruto grabs the broken Yamato with pure determination. "Thanks, I needed to know how far I need to go with my power. Katha, forgive me." Play. Crow's Claw broken phantasm. Naruto left arm slowly was recovered. "Okay, I have a few minutes to defeat Yao. Easier said than done, but oh well. You ready for something really cool?" Naruto asked as the controlled Kathy tilts her head to question it. "My Yamato has a neat trick that I discovered way before I came to genetics." Naruto slowly walks to his cut-off hand. When this blade is soaked in a special type of blood, it jets a new look. The boy stabs his old severed hand and the blade of Yamato slowly turns red. "Look at its luster, its brilliance, a bloodthirsty demon of hell. Devour my own heart to give the powers of a monster to damn my foes and protect my allies by my own blood. The blood-devouring demon blade, Muramasa." Naruto now shows the red sword to his enemy, smiling as it steam out red mist. Oh, she's hungry. I never really bother to wake her up because she has a bad habit of making me get her filled up to the brim with her favorite drink before making her go to bed, but dear, and make her work for her dinner, okay miss? Naruto jokes as he felt tired from the rushed regeneration of his arm. No choice, the Nova gets into a battle stance as she summons both tonfas out and ready to attack. Well, we'll start when the next sound echoes this hallway, Naruto stated as the alien controlling the human nods. Click. The two instantly went at each. A Thurwa will win, will survive. Clang. 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 The sound of metal clashing against another was all that was heard from Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Macmillan as he fought the Novalized Cassie Lockhart as she continues to attack Naruto at non-threatening areas. The blonde's red sword Murasama, previously Yamato, was humming violently as if angered from not getting a single hit on the woman. I know. Naruto yells as he backs away from a thrust from the bladed tonfa that was going to nail him. You're not the only piss off that I'm not getting her. Clang. The girl continues to increase her speed as she couldn't harm Naruto at this pace, but the boy seems to be smiling, causing to wonder why he is doing that. The Nova-turned girl makes a series of rapid thrusts as Naruto threw his sword up at the ceiling. He laughs while dodging the attacks almost as if by dancing to a great rhythm to a song. Come on. Macmillan said as he then spins to the side of Cassie to throw a side punch at her head. The soldier drops down to escape it, but only to feel a searing pain in her back. She heard the humming of Murasama and saw it had red blood dripping on its edge before steaming into the blade. Heh, that was Funkman, let's go. The girl took a step back scared before running from him. Naruto eyes widen as he ran after her with his top speed. The two were running at the same speed as Naruto swipes at the green-haired Pandora with his sword, only for Cassie to slide on her legs, avoiding it. Damn it. The boy saw Cassie stop as she turns around and smirks. Now. Naruto suddenly saw other corrupted Pandora around him preparing to attack. Invisible Naruto shouts as his sword glowed dark with crimson light. Red. The hybrid yells as he does a single slash from his sword as many red blades circled around him, slashing the women around him, splattering red blood that somehow in almost a supernatural way into the katana as its humming was no longer violent but now gentle and sweet like bird song. Naruto used some of the blood on his hand to slick back his hair as he opened both eyes with a serious expression. He turns to see the girls he defeated to be greatly surprised that they were all normal and saw the orange crystals were shattered from the invisible red technique he used. Smiles at his sword as if knowing she did that on purpose. Thanks. The Nova was surprised and actually made another facial expression. Injured tch Naruto was immediately in front of her as he grabs the crystal sleeping between her valleys of breasts. No. She yells in his mind before stabbing his stomach. You are mine. Sorry, but you can either rent my ass or borrow it. It sounded less epic than I gave credit. Naruto deadpan as he growls to take the crystal, but was forced to let go as he leans back from an attack from incoming Nova Pandora. He jumps back as he equips his Kyushin. Hora, Hora. He said as the boy tightens his grip on Murasama. The new Nova Pandora stood by Kathy, showing it was her teacher Melina Marius, great, a star rookie, and her teacher Naruto complains with a mock depression tone as he charges at them, thrusting his blade, creating a gust of wind by his strength and speed. Bloody splashdown. Kathy spins around the weapon as did Melina, who both attack him with their respected weapons. Nice try. Naruto smiles before he leans on his back and breakdance as he used his Kyushin and Murasama to create his special defense, causing the Nova-turned girls to back away from the move or else they would be hurt from it. Kathy closes her eyes as she made the floor she was standing on crack before vanishing. Good night. She yells as Naruto was sent flying to the wall from getting stabbed in the side from her power. Damn it, I called that overpowered. The hybrid jokes while pulling out the tonfa from his body. Come on Kathy, fight it, Naruto said as he knows that with this entity inside of his friend, he will either have to kill her or die. It was tough enough knowing that he can save her instead, but with Melina entering the fray, it might be a little difficult for him to continuing this battle. Both girls charge at him as Naruto lifts his kanata as it cried sadly, "Ye have enough for one more tree to get both if you can." Naruto summons Yamato's sheath before quickly putting his sword into it and closing his eyes as the Nova Pandora were starting to slow down. Red hot tornado. Naruto yells as he pulled out his sword, generating an insane amount of blood. Crimson razor sharp winds. The two girls were too stunned to understand what happened before getting sliced up multiple times. Naruto dismisses the weapon as he pants loudly, that haha was a bit more energy draining than I gave credit for. End song. The Uzumaki looks to see the two defeated girls on the floor and saw the damage corrupted stigmata damaged. Alright, got to help the others out. He dashed ahead to the battlefield, not seeing Kathy stood up but her form wasn't back to normal. Naruto runs as he tries to find more Nova Pandora to battle. Naruto. The boy in question heard his name and turns to see Taisi. Thank God, mind telling me what the hell is going on? I thought we were fighting giant aliens, preferably from the Predator series, not our comrades. Now it's not the time for joke. Are you injury? She said as he nods, then show his healed arm scar. Yeah, got my arm chop off. Thankfully, I was able to grow a new one. The blonde smiles as Taisi stood there, jaw slacked. Yara grow an arm? Taisi echoed as she shook her head. Ignoring that you'd fact for no, we need you to assist the other Pandora in upper floors. I fear that we may have underestimated them and it may harm the others. Got it, but I can't really jump in yak no. I'm still trying not to be revealed and all. The hybrid reminded his friend, who looked surprised. Still. But wouldn't this be a good opportunity to make everyone see you as the hero? No. Look, first we got this Nova Pandora attacking us. Excuse me, Naruto quickly said as he jumps where one of them attacked behind him. He landed in her back and stabbed the corrupted stigmata with a fang, and if I start appearing now, swords and exploding knives ablazing, some assholes upstairs might think I'm an evil sleeper agent. Rather than an ally, trust me, it happened with QP and it will happen again. Naruto explains as Taisi nods to his logic. I see, I'm sorry for not thinking about this long term. The sparring partner of the sage said as he walked backwards. It's fine, I'll be AHH. Naruto yelps as he fell through a hollow, you bid only to get fly straight back up in a very fast speed. Chiffon climb out of the hole pouting, he tried to open my eyes. Did he? Taisi asked, who was also curious about what her best friend's eyes really look like. Nope. Chiffon sticks out her tongue cutely. But Naruto. Okay, how do I get out of this situation? The hero said as he was currently stuck between the ceiling floor of the upper floor. Okay hup. Naruto squirms, finally managed to get himself out of the hole. He picks himself up and looks forward to see defeated and reverted Pandora. Seems that I'm not really needed here. He joked before bringing out Murasama out again. Okay, let's paint the street with blood. Naruto moves at incredible speed as he saw only the defenseless girls in his path. Geez, go help Naruto, we might have underestimated them. Naruto mocks on what Taisi said, annoyed that no one is fighting him. Damn it. Suddenly he stops with his blood slowly chilling his body. Arnett. He moves to a corner to see his sister, who was fighting 3 Nova Pandora. She took some cuts and was stabbed deeply in 2 parts of her back. Haha, I won't let you go where my cute little brother is at. She announced to them who spoke. It doesn't matter, he will be ours soon. Why talk to her? Humans can't understand us, just put her out of her misery. Naruto heard the alien said as he growls in anger, come on. Arnett roars as she Axel turned to stab one in the corrupted stigmata, then quickly rip out the other one with primal smirk. Ha! However, her victory was short-lived as she felt a stabbing pain in her back. She turns to see the third one attack from behind. Arnett fells tired and finally succumbing to her wounds, saw the Nova Pandora towering over her. I didn't want to die, Arnett pleaded in her mind as images of her father and friends quickly appear. Naruto Arnett eyes flash, showing images of her brother. The day she met him, sleeping in the same bed, the mafia incident, and just him smiling. Naruto, her face turns red when she saw an image of him and her together holding a child that looks like her and Naruto. Whisker cheeks, short yet spiky hair, red hair, and her eyes had one green and blue colored. I didn't want to die. Don't you dare touch her. Naruto roars as he slams one pole end of judgment into the corrupted stigmata, shattering its existence. He looks at Arnett, who was dazed, and smiles sweetly at her beloved brother. Naruto held on to her, crying slightly from happiness that he was able to save her, not caring that his Volt weapon was in her view. I'm so glad that you are alive. The red-headed girl couldn't speak from the tiredness that was trying to take her. All she did was raise her hand and rubbed her brother's cheeks, just as soft when she first found him. Naruto Ilo, she tries to speak but wasn't able to continue her words as the sea of the unconscious took her away. Sis, I got to get you to the medical center. Alright. Naruto closes his eyes as he sensed the whole underground tower. The third years are protecting the first floors well, and no other corrupted Pandoras are around his area. He reopens his eyes as he can use the giant holes to use them as shortcuts to drop off his sister and return to help his comrades. He picks his sister bridal style as he activated his technique and left the building. The boy passed 10 floors as he made it to the surface, then proceeded to head towards the medical center. Damn it, how did this happen? Well, at least I was able to save some lives. Naruto stops as he arrived at the building, noticing it was empty except for the staff inside. I guess the rest are waiting for the signal to save the others when the battle is done. The blonde slowly walks and gently set down his beloved sister, but was surprised that her grip was still strong and mumbles, "Don't God on go." Naruto smiles sadly at his sister and gently took her hand off his. "I'll be right back, so please just get better." He leans to her forehead to give a caring peck. The boy runs back to the battlefield as quick as he could. Battle was nearing its end. Naruto suddenly tripped when his head gained a stabbing pain. "Meet me at the floor, you failed to defeat me." Damn, shouldn't have left before checking she was down for good. Naruto sneaks past the blockade and enters the underground facility. He lands expertly as he finally saw Nova Cassie waiting for him. The girl was still hurt from the last attack he gave her. The Nova eyes radiate determination as she walked towards him before disappearing. Naruto suddenly sticks out his hand to catch a female hand. Don't try, I can see you easily now. The blonde spoke in a stern tone before flipping the girl over him and slams into the floor. He grabs her corrupted stigmata and crushed it. Before he can do anything, the female grabs his shirt and drag him down to capture his lips. Naruto's eyes went wide before hearing the Nova speak to him, I will show you that you will join us one day. Naruto looks around an empty spacious area which was shrouded with orange dense fog. He looks at himself to be awe. Naruto wore his old cloak from his previous life. Eliminate the. However, he turns behind himself to see something that scares him. Eliminate the. Naruto shook his head in fear, no, that's not possible. He then glares at the sight, this must be a trick. There's no way I could let this happen. Eliminate the Pandora. Eliminate the Pandora. Eliminate the. Shut up, shut the hell up. You're not me. Naruto yells as he points at a perfect replica of himself. Except this Naruto was wearing orange and black armor that cover his body save his chest and face. His chest was pale skin and had black vines showing from it, along with stone-like cracks. But the thing that truly scared him was the face, it was incomplete. His eyes and facial expression were blank as if someone took all he lived for directly out from his body. The other Naruto eyes were exactly like the Nova woman's own, and suddenly the Nova woman herself appear. She then hugs the other Naruto from behind, nuzzling her cheek on his like a lover would. But 5 more silhouettes appear behind her as the Nova-lized Naruto spoke again in his drone lifeless voice. While summoning a sword above Naruto's head, eliminate the Pandora the traitorous Pandora. Hi. Back in reality. Naruto was breathing heavily due to the lack of oxygen from the kiss first his rival, then a body-snatching wig, and now an evil alien from another dimension kiss him. Can't he get just one kiss that wasn't something mess up? He looks to see Cassie now perfectly back to normal, the hero sighs in relief that he was able to save a friend. Cassie's eyes began to open as she saw Naruto smiling at her. He didn't give up even when I was controlled by them. The green-haired girl said, giving a weak smile to her friend. Give up on me giving up, huh? Glad to see that book I gave you was giving you confidence. Naruto chuckled as he hugs Lockhart, shedding a lone tear down his cheek. I was so worried and now so happy that I saved you. The girl sighs deeply as she spoke, how can you summon those weapons? You saw? Naruto gasped from the question. Cassie nods, it was like I was dreaming, but I saw you telling me not to give up. She, the person who was controlling me, was about to go after the others until I said that she was a coward running away. That's how she was waiting for you. Naruto smiles sadly at her, thanks, Cassie. Please understands that this power I have must not be told. It has to be kept as a secret. If Chevalier knew they might dissect me, please don't tell anyone. Cassie used what little strength she had left to sit straight up, I will never do that. I swear Naruto, besides I doubt that you will be able to read my books on a dissection table. She said with cheeky smile as Naruto nods gratefully at her. Go on, I was the last one who was novelized, I think the type R is still loose downwards. Naruto nods as he rushed down by summoning judgment and making a small hole for him to fall down in. He continues this process as he heard sounds of battle. He quickly sneaked down to see all the remaining Pandoras fighting the alien. Naruto's eyes widen at the monster's figure. It was blue and white tall armored Nova who looks like it was built as a female goddess. We can't give up. Everybody, we can't let them win. Kazuya yells as he stood up as blue energy was surrounding his body. Please Kazuha, let me help them. Freezing. Kazuya yells as the freezing field was activated. Naruto smiles at the blue-haired boy before kneeling down and place a fist down on the floor. Suddenly the boy's body was exploding with blue energy. Freezing. He yells as the QB Jinchuriki's field connected to Kazuya's own and completely immobilized the Nova. It's completely stopped. Zero yells before feeling what's this feeling. It's like Naruto's here beside me, my heart is so calm. Yeah, it feels so wonderful. Ingrid said with a light blush. I feel like he will protect us. Elizabeth breathed sensually from the indescribable feeling, indeed, I feel he may get addicted to this. Chiffon giggles as her face was also flushed, oh my, I think I'm already addicted to this maelstrom of emotions that I'm getting. Icy blushed as she was the only one who knew what was going on, geez, he should have told me about this effect mo, it's so nice. Chiffon stops playing around as she summoned her gauntlet, let's not dilly-dally any longer. Let's end this battle. The second years, Sadalizer and Rana attacked the arms of the Nova as the others were attacking the rest of the appendages it has. Chiffon and Elizabeth went to the core and gave their best attacks. Volt Longinus. Rahhhh. The boy saw that too, completely destroyed the monster as he smirks at Aethe called off his field and hide away as the medical squad and the girls, plus Keziah, left. He walks to see the remains off the Nova and noticed the glass cage that had a woman floating in the liquid. So this is the legendary holy corpse. Naruto asked himself as he felt like a washam like this woman was someone from his home, maybe it's the red hair. Well, we protect you, so rest in peace. Also, if you can send me back to Konoha after this is over that'll be swell, see ya. The joke at the last of his sentence before walking away from there. The corpses look at him smiling gently as Naruto walked out. Japan's maximum prison. Hanno was sitting in her cell as she stabs a makeshift knife, or a shiv in prison terms, into a wall. She took a pill and popped it in her mouth. Damn, brat, she said in anger as she stabs her shiv again. Damn sexy brat. She yells, remembering the defeat she gotten from Naruto. She wants revenge and later mind break the little bastard into her personal slave. Kano was so close to killing Emma and getting even with that little dyke's parents. Now she has to kill that hacker brat Nero Knight and then get even with his blonde friend, though Naruto would be easier to beat first before going after them. Hanno sighs knowing that it would be impossible to leave this cell. She would do anything to get out of here and get her teeth fixed. Her personal female guard, who she bribes to get her some real food and stuff, came. She pulled out some keys and opens the door. You can go, someone has paid your bail. Hanno eyes widen at this, what who? She told me not to say, the young lady is waiting for you in her limo. The dirty guard said as Kano chuckled. Sasha's actually planning on this. Interesting. The former queen of the underworld smiles darkly as she left her cell. A few minutes later she left the prison with her favorite suit and saw a white limo, so S is my master now. The woman walks up to the limo as the door opened for her. Enter now, a young voice spoke as Kano did so. So the princess who left her country now wants to rule it. Kano joked as the other one gave a light chuckle. Indeed, but because I can have what I want. Hanno eyebrow rose up from this information and that as she trailed off hoping the leader would finish it. For Naruto McMillan, me soulmate. I paid your bail because I want a team and with your connections and my power along with Findingi can get my other half fast. Hanno nods as she then raised a hand with a sheepish look, sure, but can you get me some new teeth? Naruto broke mines before shipping to jail. And just like that I want to have him even more. The next day, in Nero's house. Naruto was on the floor as Fi took some needles out and stabs them into Naruto painfully as possible. Geez, just because I'm tough doesn't mean you can make me into a pincushion. Shut it, besides I'm doing my best not to hurt you. Taking samples of your organs isn't exactly fun. The white-haired girl said as she slowly dragged on needle that had a red color muscle. Alright, I got all except your lungs and heart. Nero appeared in Naruto's vision as he had a cup with 4 pills, might want to get some painkillers on that first Fi. Fine, here. The girl took Nero's pills and made Naruto swallow them. Tell me when you want to go, I need to use the bathroom. Naruto looks at Nero before feeling a little lightheaded. Dude, you really need to take these samples today. Sorry, but I need the monthly updates on your body. Now that we have Fi to get medical supplies from her mom's clinic, she can help more. I just need to know if your organs and other part inside your body will be fine. Nero said, hinting Naruto about his Nova side as the boy nods. Just hurry, meds that give pain don't last long with me, good thing too. The hybrid sighs in relief as Nero was confused. And why is that, Naruto? There's a party today, as thanks for Pandora and limiters who help against the attack of the base. So I can't afford to miss it, especially I was asked by my sister's friends to join them. Naruto said as Fi came back with Emma. Naruto felt 2 more stabs pulling his heart and lungs before the dragging feeling soon came. Yeesh, alright, that's it. Yeah, Nero would run them in his network and I'll try to wash your odor from my body, see ya and you too Nero. With that Fi left as Naruto put back his clothes on. The boy dressed mostly in blue tones, with traces of leather scattered throughout his outfit coupled with a long flowing blue scarf. He wears a pair of orange sunglasses from his time from hanging with his sister and friends. Think oven clothes from Hack Roots GU, except for the metal cylinder in the arm. Naruto waves goodbye to them as Emma felt off, something bit is coming. In West Genetic schoolyard. Naruto just arrived to the party as he saw Kazuya walking towards him. Hey Naruto-san. Yo, good to see you're fine. So did I miss anything? The blonde asked him, which the kind boy shook his head. If you did, then I must have also missed it. The party just started a few minutes ago, actually your sister just arrived as well as your partner Albridget-san. Kazuya told his friend who nods to go see his partner and sister. The Nova hybrid walks until he saw Arnett wear a white Chinese dress that had black veining which showed her body well. Acha wore a frilly violet red dress and lastly Elizabeth wore a slim dark violet single strap dress. Naruto waves at them as he went towards them. Hey, so can I leave? The boy said as the girls giggles at his lame attempt to leave. Nope. Come on, we're going to eat. Arnett drags Naruto with her friends clinging to his arm smiling sweetly. "Are you alright?" Naruto asked his sister as some people were watching her actions. Arnett nods as her friends reach their table. "Just fine, so let's eat." Naruto-sama. The Uzumaki looks back to see Sadalizer and Rana coming to his table. The blonde smiles as he saw his partner and friend are fine from the battle yesterday. "Hey Sadalizer, and you as well, Rana," Naruto said, jumping the table by somersault. He lands over to them with a big childish grin. "Hey, don't we hang out?" "I don't," Sadalizer started as Elizabeth came to her with a neutral smile. "Please join us. I wish to apologize for many things and thank you for helping my friends yesterday," Elizabeth said as Sadalizer still looked unsure, but Elizabeth took a step forward, making sure that Naruto wasn't able to see her face and mouth out. "I'm serious about making peace with Yaoi, don't want to harm Naruto any longer." 5 minutes later. Naruto was sitting with uncomfortable position between the third years and second years, which also had Arthur with his Pandora and Kazuya, either glaring at each or joining Naruto's uncomfortable club. Suddenly Arnett sighs before bringing a bottle up. "Okay, look, I'm not good with words, so let's forgive and forget this by toasting a drink." Naruto smiles as he nods and took the bottle. "Great idea, sis. I'll serve them up." Quickly after saying that, he immediately given everyone a drink. "Okay, I'm proud to say that we can now work together with the experience and knowledgeable upperclassmen." Naruto gesture his sister and her friends, who gave smirks at the 3 underclassmen. "And the next generation who will take over the underclassmen now smirk at their upperclassmen as they shot them a dirty look. And to us freshmen who will encourage this time of peace." Arthur and Kazuya look at each other and fist bump at the recognition. The blonde raises his glass with cheerful yell, "Cheers and kampai." "Cheers." Everybody in his table and others said as they drank their drinks. Naruto and Sadalizer faces turn flush with red as the boy coughs. "Holy coughs him. That's not good." "Ugh," Naruto groans as he slams his head on the table. "Sheesh, I can handle mines, then again I drank her." Arnett stops as Naruto looks up with a dark look. "Be what?" Naruto yells as Arnett look meek. "Do Dito's dad know?" He moans in agony. "He does, but I swear that it's in moderation." The kind mad dog swears as Zero Sweatdrop. "Be whenever your limiter visits you." The dark-skinned German thought. Elizabeth gave a light giggle before speaking. "Oh, as I expected that this wine is too much for little kids." "Elizabeth." "Don't," Arnett started but was cut off. "Boy, hit me. This is nothing." Naruto and Sadalizer shouted, slamming, and miraculously not breaking, their cups on the table. They look at each other with small smiles as Elizabeth gave a look of confidence. "Well then, how about another?" Elizabeth ordered as she pours some more wine. "Just to let you know, this is Mabley House Winery year 2030. Not for lightweight kids." The blonde bombshell egged the 2 fellow blondes. Naruto leans back his head, as did his Pandora, drinking their shots in one gulp. Naruto wipes his lips before presenting his glass. But also he loosens his scarf and unbuttoned his top 3 buttons in a very attractive manner. All the females, save Sadalizer, who was still drinking her shot, blush as his blushing face was complementing his tanned skin, and now his clothes were loose, showing skin, thus causing some of the Pandora, and teachers as well, to rub their thighs on the sexy boy. To make things worse, Naruto pull on the string on his ponytail, now shining in the daylight, creating an aura of light around me. Sadalizer then gasps, vowing not to drink that style again and show her glass as well. "Why don't you give a drink yourself, eh grandma? Unless you can't handle the heat of combat." Naruto accused, fanning himself before undoing more buttons, now causing girls to openly bleed from their noses. Elizabeth lost her owl-like expression from Naruto's semi-strip teasing and gains a irritated look. "Never call her on her age or courage, Arnett. Let's show them not to mess with the seniors." "Me too." Some time later and somewhere less. Pano finally felt like she belonged to a family, and lieu of it. Her master now spoke. "Now, this was explained on the way, but I'll repeat it to make sure it sticks inside your heads." The woman yells as the others nod. "We're going to West Genetics. Now I promise that you will get revenge, but I demand that you all remember your jobs unlike this bitch here." The leader roars, showing a decapitated head of Asian woman. "Oh Renashi Aka, the little slut who taught she can take my emperor away from me." One woman places a rectangular box in her throat and spoke in electronic voice. "What did she do?" "Well, she was my mama's right-hand subordinate until one day her mafia was defeated by Naruto when they tried to hurt his father, who not paying their protection. She then wanted him, and when I heard that, I killed her, her lesbian French whore Sophia, and the crazy 88s, along with Johnny Mo. Now I don't mind if you want some of my foxy Naruto, but what I do mind is that you don't funk me over mk." Another woman who was extremely beautiful spoke. "What I don't understand is what we don't kidnap the kid. It ain't like he famous or nothing." The woman had a thick Asian accent but was still able to explain her question well. "I try many times, but he was too skilled. To make matters worse, Chevalier has been keeping in close on him for some reason. Now I want him to join me any way possible. Seduction, blackmail, hurt his loved ones, do whatever it takes to make him willingly leave genetics. So anything allow. How fun it will be when we make this male dance on our beck and call. A woman oozing with sex appeal seductively spoke as her pink eyes held amusement from the mission. She licks her fingers erotically giggling from her eyes she'll use on Naruto. Back with Naruto. Cassie was walking around carefully as she was still bandaged up from the attack, she was looking for her. Hell, look, they all drank 12 bottles of Elizabeth family's wine. I think I need to change my panties and break up with my limiter. Yeah, me too, and my on the side lesbian girlfriend. Oh thank God, I was going to tell you after this. Sorry for that. It's cool. Cassie saw the location that everybody was looking at, 3 girls were heavily breathing from drinking too much alcoholic wine. Then she saw why the girls were talking in such a vulgar way and now complete understands why. Naruto was shirtless and sweating in almost forbidden way. The blonde was about the same flushed look as the Pandora did around both drunk and non-drunk. But he had discarded his shirt and gloves which were on the grass next to him. The scarf was now being discarded with the other abandoned clothes. The way the sun glistened on his sweating body made so handsome, Cassie thinks that some might rape him herself, including if she was here from the beginning. Come one, come all. Naruto's bet is too low, is no one going to bet on the boy who has not only kept up with Pandora, but sexy as hell. Dolly yells as she took bets from Limiters and Pandora on who will win. Zero was helping too as she smirks in a demonic way from all the money. Geez, I can believe we're allowing this to happen, drinking and gambling, this is nuts. Right at ya. Ingrid turns to see the girl fainted with blood running down her nose and also notice Yumi Kim and the school nurse throwing bills at Naruto. She sighs, this is truly anarchy. Naruto smiles before chugging his shot. Alright, me and Sad Hick Elizer Arab by an AU girls. Hey, why are all Pandora girls? Naruto drunkenly asked Kazuya, who was helping Naruto drink his shots. Naruto. Cassie walks up to him as she smiles at him. Oh, hey Cassie. Naruto smiles, now completely sober from the girl presence. Are you sure that you can come? Not that I mind. Excuse me. Naruto took his next shot fast. I'm feeling better now, besides I was going to tell you I'm staying here. Due to some problems with the last Nova attack, Chevalier requested I stay here. I'm glad, aren't you too? She asked, leaning and blushing red and giggling sweetly. Naruto nods as he noticed the bottle was now empty. Okay. Number 13 now. Atsha, now revived, gave the new bottle to Sadalizer, smiling sweetly and was even happier, but Naruto took it and sniffed. He cringes violently before smirking, then got the 4 shots together and pours, barely able to, the drink. Okay, last one, no able oh stomach this lose, including chickening out. Naruto eyed the 3 girls who nod slowly. Oh bigger go home. Arnett said proudly with her cute blush. I wouldn't lose, Elizabeth spoke in a daze. I can hick do this, hick Sadalizer swore as all of the drinkers immediately drank the shots. Arnett suddenly put a harmonica towards her bother as he then played a sad western song you hear in cowboy movies. She took one step toward and she fell down snoring as she came contact with the ground. Elizabeth's face turns green as she ducked under the table and sounds of disgust moans came next. Sadalizer stood up and took her glass while giving them to Naruto, then fell on the table breaking it as Naruto finished his song and stood up. He gains a beepy look and that, my friends, is to remind everyone what a man is supposed to dokukis. He then fell asleep on his feet as Cassie volunteered to take him to his dorm. Cassie opened the door as she gently laid her friend on his bed. Geez, I said I was sorry Sasuke, but you shouldn't make fun of Raymond team. Must be having a nice dream, she deduced and walks away, but not before seeing a sketchbook. Maybe one look. The girl took the book in her hands and saw pages of Naruto as ninja with others, and halfway through he was with the girls from the party. The last page made her smile while shedding tears of joy. It has her being hugged by Naruto from yesterday battle. It was titled Saving a Precious Comrade. Cassie Lockhart. The green-haired girl turns to Naruto, who was sleeping soundly, and kisses her cheek dangerously close to his lips before walking away from the boy. The next day. I will never drink again. Naruto sighs as Kazuya gave confused look. Why don't you have a hangover? Hino has secret way of fixing that prairie oyster. It's still fighting back. Kazuya spoke again with an interesting tone. Hey, I heard we're going to get new Pandora from a different genetics. Before Naruto can complain or speak more, he saw a tall, beautiful and slender woman with long light blue hair and blue eyes. She wears a general's apparel with long sleeves, a blue scarf on her neck and high-heeled boots. She also has a tattoo on her chest which was at least big as Atel's heirs made more of the clothes weren't in the way. Yumi was about to speak but saw the new girl walk to Naruto's desk, blushing in gentle sweet way. Wait, did I meet you before? MMMMH. She suddenly kisses him with passion before breaking it off, leaving a trail of their saliva connecting their lips. Remember me? Esdeeth. Naruto was laying on the ground tired. It's been a week since the drinking game and yet girls have been catcalling him. Non-stop. What the hell did he do when he was influenced under alcohol? It didn't help that most of his females and teachers couldn't look him in the eye. But that's not why he's bored, it's because he has nothing to do. After the drinking party, all Pandora and limiters had a 2-week break. And everyone left West Genetics, leaving Naruto all by himself. Arnett went back to see old man Keith, Zero went to return to Germany to visit and help around her old orphanage, Elizabeth went to see her family, although invited Naruto to join who respectfully declined, Acha went to some high social event with her limiter. Ingrid went back to her family to spend time and visit her deceased friend's grave to tell what happened over the year. Icy and Chiffon left to Japan to stay over the former's house. And the only ones who are still at West Genetics are him, Rina, Kazuya, and Sadalizer, at least the ones he's friends with. The reason he didn't leave was because of the trip he and Sadalizer won in their respective competitions. Will go later in the day. Ugh, it's so boring. Naruto whines, Nero, come on, isn't there something to do? Seeker appeared next to Naruto after taking off its stealth mode, with Nero and Emma on the screen. No can do, dude. Fi is taking Emma back home and I have to help a detective. Besides, you need a break. You know how much time I had to use to keep checking if your blood is on Chevalier. Alright, sheesh, see ya. Naruto sighed as Seeker rolled away, activating his camouflage mode. Time to go. Naruto left, not realizing a certain blue-haired girl was watching him. The next day. Naruto looked around to see the nice city they were in. Well, Naruto looked back to see his Pandora wobbling Sadalizer walking towards him. He chuckled as he realized that the Final Destination marathon was a bad idea. You okay, Sadalizer? Fine, the untouchable queen shakily said after mentally praying that she was able to survive the airplane. That's good, Naruto said, looking back to the sunny beach near the road and them. Moving his hair that was on his face to the side, allowing both eyes, his Nova eye with his contact, to see the wonderful world. Whoa, who is that hunk? Think he's single? Damn, he could be an asshole to me, just image what he can be like in bed. Sadalizer face shifted into a stoic poker face with a light glare to the girls passing them, most likely who lived here. Then again, Naruto wore something that fitted his style, even more than his other outfits when she fought Ingrid or during the drinking game. He wore a white jacket that had some orange marks around it, almost designed as slash marks. Underneath it was a black shirt with an orange swirling mark almost like a symbol. His pants were snow white with no a single speck of dirt or grime on it. His shoes were the same color as his pants and looked both fashionable and go for combat from what the souls told her. And to finish it, he wore something odd, white leather fingerless gloves. All in all, looked like some kind of action movie star. But it was betrayed on his gentle look and kind smile on he look at the nature of the beach. Slowly running a hand through his hair as most of the girls around them, including Sadalizer herself, were mesmerized on that single action could make him so handsome. Dude, what the hell? Hey? Sadalizer said, noticing and snapping her mind back to reality. Unlike most of the other females, she saw a long black limo that she and her family are used to using. I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you Miss Sadalizer and Mr. McMillian? A man wearing a black suit appeared. He looked handsome to the two blondes from West Genetics as he then bowed to them. My name is Frederick and I'm here to take you to the hotel. Wow, I thought that we had to hail a cab. Naruto chuckled. The prize must really be good to get a limo. The boy joked as he was a bit surprised that they send a limo to them. Actually, Miss Violet L. Bridget had sent me here to be your guide. Frederick said kindly. Would tell Bridget. Naruto turned to Sadalizer, who just nodded meekly. Sister? Yes. Good, Naruto said softly, grabbing his only bag of clothes and some other supplies. Family is good to have. Oh please, sir, allow me, Frederick said, taking Naruto's luggage into his own hands. The blonde allowed, feeling odd that he was being pampered like this. Wow, Naruto said, looking at non-alcoholic champagne, small TV screen on that was telling the news. He was no stranger to limos before, but this one was really high class. There's even a refrigerator here, the blonde thought absent-mindedly as he looked at the older female who was lazily looking at the window. The Nova hybrid was about to say something, but saw the hotel in his sights, so that's what a 5-star hotel looks like. You never been to one? Sadalizer said, a bit stunned. Family is middle to upper class. Best we got a free stay in a 3-star hotel. Not that it matters, I sleep anywhere just as well. Naruto said before noticing the cliff. And that's the plot for Final Destination 6. The Sadalizer shivered at the thought. Hitting, Naruto said, raising his hands. Still isn't that bad location. I can't think of the bothersome time getting up here. The guests are brought to the hotel by hotel-owned limousine anyways, Sadalizer said offhandedly. RH people are so hard to understand, Naruto said with a deadpan look. He smiled when he saw Sadalizer made light soft giggle at his joke. But you know what I see here, the former shinobi started catching the untouchable queen's attention. Is my great friend and partner Sadalizer. Not that daughter of a company or any of that crap, but a cherished friend. He smiled happily at her blushing face. Naru. Though Naruto started with a pale look on his face. I might embarrass Yao boy Arnett will really let me have it when that happens. The boy said with a nervous shake. It's okay, Sadalizer said with a soft look. Just be yourself. Naruto and Sadalizer walked out of the limo as Frederick and other hotel employees came to take their bags. Once again, I can do this, Freddy. Sir, please give me the bag, Frederick said with a twitching eyebrow. And it's Frederick. I know, but I like it better as Freddy. Naruto said with a smirk as Sadalizer and the other people both guest and employees sweat drop. Just carry Sadalizer's and I will carry my own deal. Deal. Frederick and Naruto shook hands comically sweating when they started to put more strength into it. While Naruto was stronger both as human and Nova hybrid, he wanted to go easy on the older man. Gah. The two stopped to blow on their hands from the steam coming from the long handshake. You should really refrain from doing that, Sadalizer suggested as she and Naruto went into the lobby. I'll try hi Naruto joked as his partner pouted from the laid-back response. Stella. The two blondes looked forward to looking at a woman that was running up to them. She looked like slightly older Sadalizers of the very cheerful look. She wearing a fancy dress consisting of a white blouse and a long red skirt. Instead of being all the way blonde, the edge of her hair is somewhat reddish. I'm so glad you came. The woman spoke in English. Violet, the younger sister, was about to say something to be cut off from a hug from Violet. How are you doing? Let me hug you, sister. Naruto enjoyed the friendly and warm sister before noticing her serious look. Did she see? Did they grow again? What scissor you wearing now? Violet asked looking at her sister's chest trying to wonder how the hell can such a big bosom be attached to Sadalizer. Ha. Naruto laughed lightly at that making Sadalizer more embarrassed. Violet looked behind her sister to see a whisker-faced teen male. This is. Yep, didn't I tell you in the mail? He's my Sadalizer was about to go on until Naruto stepped up. Hello miss. Naruto smiled and waved politely, speaking in English perfectly. My name Naruto. Stella's first special person, Naruto Macmillan. The older sister shouted in happiness while pulling out her pinky. Violet. Sadalizer said grabbing her sister and moving away from Naruto. Didn't you read my mail? He's the one who became my partner in West Genetics. Violet nods with a happy nod and smile, MMHMM. But isn't that mean you and Naruto are already in a relationship? And that fact that even the level intimacy is more than any words can describe. Isn't that what you call destined lovers? Sadalizer blushed red from that suggesting, and though she liked the idea quickly shook her head, no. We aren't like that. Excuse me, I can still hear everything you're saying. Naruto said waving to them. The older sister sighed, a little disappointed that her sister and Naruto weren't in a relationship. Well still although I was surprised to hear that Stella is bringing a guy with here imagine what he looked like. The woman smiled sweetly at Naruto. Though it's more on how he treats her now. Thanks, Naruto mumbled bashfully for once, it was amazing on how Violet made his heart dance like that from a single compliment at means. However, he started to gasp for air when Violet brought his head down to her modest chest. It doesn't hurt that he's such a cutie. It's no wonder Sadalizer wouldn't give me any pictures of you, she was being selfish. Violet. Sadalizer cried. You can call me big sister anytime you want Naruto. Violet teased the boy kissing his cheek before both shrunk comically at a silent Sadalizer. How could you slapo your own sister? Violet pouted at Sadalizer who just blushed at her own actions. Haha, you guys are too funny, Naruto said before his eyes turned serious and his body stiffened into a battle mode. What's the blonde Pandora was about to ask until. He's right, such a lively conversation could this be because it's been a long time. A male voice cut through the conversation they were having. 3 reactions came from the people in the lobby. Violet smiled kindly to the new voice, Naruto narrowing his eyes at the newcomer, and Sadalizer eyes filling with fear. They all look at towards them a blonde handsome man around Naruto's age wearing a black button shirt and brown slacks, with him was a woman that Naruto immediately knew she was a Pandora. She wore a long dark blue skirt and jacket over a white blouse. It's good to see you, my dear sister. Has it been 4 years already? The blonde boy smiled to Sadalizer walking up to her. Lewis the untouchable queen shivered in fright when she saw the boy who made her have intense haphophobia. Hello Lewis, Stella is right here, Violet said presenting her sister to Lewis. Lewis just smiled at the frightened girl. Hey, well even since you left for West Genetics, I started to go to the genetics in England. It's been a while since we talk like this, even if we're siblings. Yes it's been a while. Sadalizer looking away from her brother. Oh Lewis, allow me to introduce Violet giggled looking at Naruto. Naruto Macmillan, he's Stella's partner and limiter. Oh really? Lewis said with an interested smile as he walked to Naruto with his hand out. I'm Lewis L. Bridget, Sadalizer's younger brother. Let me say, it's quite a surprise you truly are a Pandora to bring your partner with you. Even more an Asian man. Naruto suddenly gained a sharp look as he took the other blonde male's hand. You got a problem with it? Or me? The Uzumaki asked, making Lewis raise an eyebrow before looking embarrassed. Sorry, I meant no offense. I just meant that I was just so surprised by the fact she has a partner from a different race. So is that a problem? Naruto asked with more harsh tone. Because so far, Violet hasn't brought it up, and by the way, just because I look Asian doesn't mean anything. I'm American and an orphan. Lewis started to sweat as he just digs his grave deeper. Help. He smiled to his older sisters. Naruto, Lewis sometimes talks without thinking. He didn't mean anything by it, Violet said, walking to the boy's side. Alright, and I have another question to ask. Naruto started with a calm look. Sure, anything to fix my mistake. The only male, Bridget said with a hopeful look. Why is Adlizer-senpai so afraid of you? That question made everyone quiet and wide-eyed. I can hear her shallow breaths, quivering body, and pale look, and it was caused the second your voice was heard, and it became worse when you spoke to her. And as for you, Sir Lewis, the way you look at me and said such things obviously meant that you guessing how I react. Truthfully, it did piss me off, but I played the part to get here. Everyone was silent as Naruto took a step forward, ready to inflict harm, until Lewis Pandora stepped in, shocking Naruto who it was. Holly. Naruto, please stand down. The girl said with stoic tone, but her voice held genuine concern. No, the blonde said as Holly got into a stance ready to summon her Volt weapon. If something is hurting my friendy will help her. Everyone stood silently at this conflict, Lewis looking at Naruto with a natural look, Violet comically looking back and forth, trying to think of a way to disarm this conflict, Sadlizer in awe for Naruto's kindness, but also conflicted on what to do, Holly with sad look as she stared at Naruto, and the Uzumaki himself was ready to battle. Naruto. Oof. The boy comically spitake as a girl came rushing from the side and hugged in an almost death-like hold. As the two people tumble around until they stop and whir. Ah. Sadlizer screams, dashing towards the two and pulling the girl off of Naruto. Stop kissing Naruto. The untouchable queen pulled off the girl as Naruto sat up with blushful face. What the hell, man? That's twice you kiss me. What? Sadlizer said with a shocked look. Yeah, she took my first kiss with a normal girl, Naruto added silently the last part. The girl stood up, showing her blue hair and white uniform. Showing everyone that it was Esdeath. It's because we're lovers. Lovers, a love triangle. Violet said with a smile. Still love those soaps, huh, Violet? Lewis said with a nervous chuckle. He's mine, Esdeath said with a loving smile before looking at the untouchable queen. Oh boy, this again. Naruto sighed. Chapter end. Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comments section how was the story, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will meet you in another video. Peace out.